The following programs were originally aired live, long before the advent of high fidelity, and they were recorded using a variety of means, from direct recording onto early audio tape and glass records, to simply placing the microphone of a wire recorder in front of the speakers of a radio playing the program. I hope, however, that any variance in audio quality will not take away from your pleasure in listening to these, some of the all-time favorite shows.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
From the life of Sherlock Holmes will be transmitted to our men and women overseas by shortwave and through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Petri Wine brings you Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce in the new adventures of Sherlock Holmes. The Petri family, the family that took time to bring you good wine, invite you to listen to Dr. Watson tell us another exciting adventure he shared with his old friend, that master detective, Sherlock Holmes. Well, right about now, you're probably taking a little breather in your last-minute rush to get everything ready for the big day tomorrow. Children have to be put to bed to wait for Santa Claus, and here's the tree waiting to be decorated, and a million and one things which must be done before morning. Well, I sure hope you got all your Christmas shopping done. It's pretty hectic rushing off at the last minute to take care of Uncle Charlie or Aunt Bertha or Cousin Sam. But if you must get something, just remember that you can always dash over to your wine merchant and get a bottle or two of Petri wine. Or better yet, a whole case of Petri wine. Petri wine is a swell gift, and I just thought a last-minute suggestion might be of some help. And now I'm sure our good friend Dr. Watson's waiting for us, so let's go in and join him.
There you are, Mr. Bartell.
Well, say, Doctor, I can see you're going to have yourself quite a Christmas. Big tree in the corner with colored lights on it. Where'd you get those? Table covered with presents? You must be mighty popular.
Oh, they aren't all for me, my boy. You see, I'm having a Christmas party tomorrow for my housekeeper's little nieces.
Oh.
I'm going to dress up as Santa Claus for them.
I'm sure you look very convincing in the part. By the way, Doctor, I brought you a little present. Here it is. I hope you like it.
Oh, that's kind of you, Mr. Bartell. I got one for you, too, but you mustn't open it until tomorrow. Here you are, my boy.
Thanks a lot, Doctor. And now, how's about tonight's story? Last week you told us you'd chosen an adventure with a lot of Christmassy atmosphere.
Yes, Mr. Bartell. My story begins on another Christmas Eve, many, many years ago. To be exact, in 1886. At the time the adventure occurred, I must confess I didn't quite understand what was going on myself. In fact, I never did make head or tail of it until Holmes took pity on me later and explained the whole thing. But I shan't try to confuse you, Mr. Bartell. I'll tell you the story exactly as it happened.
Right you are, Doctor. Let's go.
Very well. On that Christmas Eve in 86, I was standing in our Baker Street rooms, dressed in the costume of Santa Claus. Holmes, his long, thin fingers pressed together, lay back in an armchair and gazed at me quizzically, while our housekeeper, Mrs. Hudson, stood by the door and...
Dr. Watson, you make a grand Santa Claus.
Doesn't he, Mrs. Hudson? Try the beer on, old chap.
Oh, I'm afraid it's uncomfortable. How does it look?
Oh, you look just like the old man of the Christmas cards, Doctor.
Yes, Watson. It really becomes you. The cheery twinkle of the eyes, the ruddy complexion, and the appropriate girth. Well, a shame we can't obtain some snow and a sleigh and reindeer for you. However, I'm sure Mrs. Hudson's nieces will be very much impressed.
Oh, they will, that, sir. And it's very kind of you, Doctor, to offer to come over to that house with me. With her father in the hospital and my sister at his bedside, It would have been a very miserable Christmas without you.
I should enjoy myself, but I think I'll take this fear off till we get there. That's it. You ready to leave, Mrs. Hudson?
I am, sir. Will I get a cab?
How far do we have to go?
Oh, Lexington Gardens, number 28. It's just off the Edgware Road, mister.
But bearing in mind my costume, I suppose we'd better take a cab.
Aye, sir. I'll get one.
Holmes, what are you going to do with yourself? I hate leaving you alone on Christmas Eve.
Oh, don't worry, old chap. I shall spend a profitable evening writing on my new monograph.
What's this one about?
An analysis of teeth marks on pipe stems, with particular regard to indicated character.
This is me. How exciting. Well, I'll be going.
Don't forget your sack of presents, Watson.
Oh, no.
And when you come to distribute them, you will find that I took the liberty of adding a few trinkets on my own behalf.
That's very thoughtful of you, Holmes.
Excuse me, Mr. Holmes, but there's a gentleman to see you. Says he's an old friend of yours. Here's his card, sir.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Hudson. Why, it's Lord Whitcomb. Splendid. Ask him to come up, please, Mrs. Hudson.
All right, sir.
And I hope your party is a great success, Mrs. Hudson.
Thank you, sir. Are you sure you don't want me to stay? Now that you've a visitor,
Oh, no, indeed, no, Mrs. Hudson. I can show the gentleman out myself. You go off and have a good time.
Thank you, sir.
I wonder what Lord Whitcomb wants. Perhaps I should stay.
Oh, certainly not, old chap. We've far more important work to do. Whitcomb probably wants his revenge at chess or, something equally innocuous. Off with you, my dear fellow, and enjoy yourself.
Oh, I suppose I'd better go. Just the same, I wish you'd come in with me. I'll see you later.
I shall be there. Come on up, Whitcomb.
Hello, Holmes. Evening, Watson. You make a very convincing Santa Claus. Are you leaving?
I'm afraid so, Whitcomb.
Well, then, good night.
Good night.
How are you, Holmes? All alone on Christmas Eve, eh?
Yes, Whitcomb. I'm glad you came over to see me. What's it to be? An evening of chess, or have you unearthed some recent treasure of medieval pottery that we can discuss?
Neither, Holmes. I've come to you in your professional capacity. I need help.
Oh, now, come, Whitcomb. Don't tell me that after all these years of quiet friendship, you're going to become a client.
Well, I'm afraid so, Holmes. No, I doubt if my problem will interest you very much. It's hardly up to your rather colorful standards. There for a cigar?
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And now, my dear Whitcomb, what's your trouble?
Well, I decided this year to have a little Christmas party at my townhouse. I'm quite comfortably off, as you know, and it occurred to me that I have several relatives and friends who are not as well off. I'm having a party for them tonight, Holmes, and I hope you'll attend it, disguised as Santa Claus.
Oh, dear me. I've adopted many disguises in my time, but Father Christmas has never been one of them. Why do you want me to attend your party in disguise? In any case, you were ashamed of your friendship with a private detective? Or do you consider my features more acceptable when buried beneath the depths of a snowy beard?
Oh, my dear Holmes, do take me seriously. I'm not joking, I assure you.
Of course you are. You want me to attend your party in disguise. Why?
I'm giving some very valuable presents. Diamond and onyx cufflinks, platinum and ruby earrings and such like. And I've wrapped each of the presents in banknotes.
Oh, dear me. Where are these presents now?
In a sack, in the charge of my butler. I was going to dress up as Santa Claus and give them out myself, until I got the warning letter. That's why I've come to you.
Warning letter, eh?
Yes. I received it by this evening's post. Listen to this. My dear Lord Whitcomb, your generosity with Christmas presents borders on ostentation. We do not approve. Either we will receive £5,000 in sovereigns at Post Restaurant Box 379 by 6 o'clock on Christmas Eve, or I'm afraid your Christmas party will be conspicuous by its absence of presents.
You see that note, Whitcomb, will you?
Here you are.
Thanks. Plain paper, drawn from a penny notebook. The writing is obviously disguised. By George, yes. Whitcomb, I accept the case. I'll come with you to your party at once. And furthermore, I shall follow your suggestion regarding a disguise. Dressed as Santa Claus, I shall be less likely to attract suspicion.
I'm delighted, Holmes. But what made you decide so suddenly?
This writing, my dear fellow. Though it's a false hand, I'd know that characteristic M in my dear Whitcomb. I've seen it too often at the beginning of a signature. It's Moriarty.
Moriarty? Who's he?
Oh, one of the cleverest and most unscrupulous criminals in England. Whitcomb, there's no time to be lost. It's, let me see, 6:30 now. Half an hour beyond the deadline given you in this letter. And we must go to your house at once.
This is as far as the cab can take us, Doctor.
Here you are, cabby. Here's 5 shillings for you and a Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, bless you, Governor. And a Merry Christmas to you, too.
Thank you.
Oh, you said you wanted to get into the house through the back wing so that you could surprise the children.
Yes, I thought I'd pretend to come down the kitchen chimney.
Oh, you can get to the back of the house by going up the alley here. I'll go in the front door.
Splendid. Which is the house, Miss Hudson?
Number 28. It's the third one down the alley, Doctor. I'll have the back window open in no time, and you can slip in without any of the bearing seeing you.
Oh, very well. Gloomy little street, I must say. Well, where's the music coming from?
Oh, it's from that temple across the street, Doctor. The disciples of the octagonal square, they call themselves.
Oh, what on earth do you suppose that means?
Oh, some newfangled cult. Heathens, most likely.
Oh, I'm not the only Santa Claus abroad tonight. Look at that fellow across the street there.
Oh, dressed just like yourself, Doctor, and carrying a sack, too. He's running up the steps to the temple.
Well, Scotty, he slipped on the ice.
Oh.
What is Hollywood? Here. Let me help you up, sir.
Oh, now, you be careful, Doctor. Do not trip up yourself.
Here, now, give me a hand.
Thank you, sir. Silly of me, wasn't it?
Oh, we Santa Clauses have to help each other, you know. Up you come. That's it. Oh, good gracious me.
Oh, Doctor, I told you to be careful. Now you've fallen too.
Oh, it's this confounded red coat of mine. It tripped me up.
Oh, did you hurt yourself?
Oh, I'm all right. How about you, sir?
Oh, I'm all right, thanks. It's silly of me to run, wasn't it?
Here's your sack, sir.
Thank you. Good night, and Merry Christmas.
Same to you, sir. Oh, he went into the temple. He must be a disciple of the octagonal square.
Are you sure you're no hurt, Doctor?
No, of course not. Thank you, Miss Hudson. Here, give me my sack, please. Thank you. Your sister's house is the third one down this alleyway, you say?
Aye, and I'll hurry and open the back window.
I'll be waiting for you, Mrs. Hudson. It's going to be rather fun. What a shame Holmes isn't with us. Oh, well, he's probably happier having a good game of chess with Lord Widdicombe.
This is my house, Holmes. Number 39.
39 Branston Square, eh? Dear old Watson is just around the corner in Lexington Gardens and hasn't any idea that I've left Baker Street.
Here you are, cabby.
Oh, thank you, sir. Hey, Merry Christmas, sir.
Listen to that. Uh-huh. Carol singers.
Yes, we'll probably have our fill of them before this evening's over.
Good evening, my lord.
Have the guests arrived, Hargreave?
Most of them, sir. They're in the library. You brought another Santa Claus with you, I see, my lord.
Another Santa Claus? Oh, what do you mean?
A gentleman arrived 3/4 of an hour ago, sir, dressed as Santa Claus. I took him to your study, my lord, and showed him the sack of presents.
Confound it. You've got to get before this. Where is this study?
This way.
I hope I didn't do wrong, my lord. You told me that a gentleman dressed as Santa Claus would be coming here. Dear me, the gentleman appears to have gone.
Yes, and the sack containing the presents with him.
But he can't have left the house, my lord. I've been watching the front door.
Yes, and while you were doing that, he stepped out through the window here. The catch is undone. Hargreave, describe this man.
I can't tell you much about his appearance, I'm afraid, sir. He was dressed as Santa Claus, just like yourself. But I did notice one thing about him, sir.
Oh, what was that?
He lisped, sir. It was quite pronounced.
Of course. Lou, the lisper.
Who on earth is Lou the Lisper?
One of Moriarty's most trusted accomplices. Fortunately, though, I've had news of him lately through my underworld grapevine.
You know where he lives?
He's reputed to have some connections with a new cult that call themselves the Disciples of the Octagonal Square. Their headquarters are just round the corner from here.
Then let's go there at once.
Of course, and Hargreave.
Yes, sir.
Get a message to Scotland Yard as fast as you can. Ask for Inspector Lestrade. Tell him to join me at the Temple of the Octagonal Square in Lexington Gardens as soon as possible.
The children are awfully excited, Doctor. I told them you just came down the chimney.
I'll slip the bed on and I'll go into them.
Will I announce you, Doctor?
Yes, please, Mrs.
All right, sir. Quiet now, children, quiet. Santa Claus has come to see you, and he's brought you all presents.
Hello, children.
Hello, Santa Claus. My name's Elsie. Did you bring me a present?
Yes, I expect I did, Elsie. I'll look in my sack in a minute. And what's your name, young man?
Herbert. They call me Bertie. Did you come down the chimney?
Yes, Bertie.
I bet you didn't laugh all the time, doing it. You're so smart.
Oh, don't be rude, Bertie, or Santa Claus won't give you a present.
Well, children, gather around me and I'll see what presents I have for you all.
Oh, Bertie.
The first present is for... I'll be right. It says for Her Grace, the Dowager Duchess of Bewley.
Do you suppose Mr. Holmes has been playing a practical joke on you, Doctor?
I suppose so, though I can't see the point, but he did say that he'd added a few trinkets of his own.
I want my present.
Then supposing you take this one, Elsa.
Ooh, thank you.
And this one is marked Reverend Arthur Carter. I know what Holmes is up to. Here you are, Bertie.
Ooh, thanks.
And this is for you, Lionel, because you've been a good little boy.
It isn't very big, is it? I wanted a dog.
Oh, what a dog is. Well, I'll bring you a dog next year, Lionel.
Dr. Watson.
Yes,
Oh, look at the wrapping on these presents, Doctor. They're 20-pound notes.
Great Scott.
Ooh, look what I got.
Let me see, what? Cufflinks.
Look.
Diamond and onyx ones, too, unless I'm not mistaken.
I got some pretty earrings. Look how they sparkle.
Let me see. Gracious. Yeah. Sure, these are platinum and rubies. And thunder's going on.
I want my earring back. Give me back mine, too.
Oh, here you are.
Dr. Watson, what do you suppose has happened?
No, Mrs. Hudson. Perhaps my toys are still at the bottom of the sack. I can't understand it. I wish Holmes were here instead of dozing in front of our fire in Baker Street.
Where are you, Holmes?
The other the bed. It's the only room in the temple which has any signs of having been lived in. I think our bird's been here, but I'm afraid he's flown. She inspected the starboard get here. Struck a match for you, Billigan.
Yes, right. Here's a candle on the table.
Just as I feared. Look on the bed.
A red coat and a beard.
Yes. Lou the Lisper has discarded his disguise and gone, and with him, I fear, your valuable person.
Wait a minute. Here's a sack lying on the floor, perhaps. Oh, no, this isn't mine. Look what's in it. A toy dog, large box of chocolates, and a little girl's doll.
Thunder! This is Watson's sack.
But how on earth could Lou the Lisper have got hold of it?
Somewhere, somehow, he and Watson must have made an accidental exchange, and Lou the Lisper is no doubt trying to track Watson down at this very moment. We must work fast, Whittingham, or my friend's life and those of Mrs. Hudson and her relatives won't be worth a tinker's dam.
Oh, now, Doctor, you can't break off your story there.
Oh, yes, I can, my boy. Before I go on, I thought we'd have a glass of port just to freshen us up.
Oh, well, that's a different story. Instead of talking about port, as I sometimes do, it'll be nice to drink some for a change.
There you are, my boy, and a Merry Christmas to you.
The same to you. And now, what happened next, Doctor? We left you at the children's Christmas party, and Sherlock Holmes and Lord Whitcomb around the corner at the Temple of the Octagonal Square.
Yes, Mr. Bartell, although at the time, of course, I had no idea what was going on. There I was, cheerfully handing out gifts worth, well, if not a king's, at least a baronet's ransom. While outside the Temple of the Octagonal Square, Holmes and Lord Whitcomb were talking to Inspector Lestrade of Scotland Yard.
That's the case in a nutshell, Lestrade.
Yeah, seems to me, Lord Whitcomb, it would have been wiser to get in touch with Scotland Yard when you first got the warning note. You could have nabbed him when he came to your house and pinched the sack of presents.
Lestrade, this is no time for postmortems. We've got to reach Lou the Lisper before he finds Dr. Watson.
Do you suppose you can do that, Holmes?
It wouldn't be difficult. Lou the Lisper is nearly as clever as his master, Professor Moriarty. The chances are that you were followed when you came to Baker Street tonight, Whittingham, and it's equally likely that Watson and Mrs. Hudson were followed as they left it. Moriarty seldom leaves anything to chance.
Well, where did Dr. Watson go tonight?
28 Lexington Gardens is just around the corner from here.
Well, then let's go there at once.
Right now, quarter your way? No, Lestrade. He's a little Saturday. And now, Lou the Lisper wishes to recover that sack of presents from Watson. How would he invade the party with the least trouble?
By dressing up as Santa Claus again.
No, I think he's overplayed that role for one evening.
Well, then how would he try to get in?
Oh, come now, Lestrade, come on. Our group of people can enter any house on Christmas Eve without invitation and without creating suspicion.
The carols.
Exactly, my dear fellow. Wouldn't be at all surprised if at this very moment Lou the Lisper and some of his gang are singing carols outside 28 Lexington Gardens.
Well, then what are we going to do?
Form a rival choral society. How many men did you bring with you?
3. A sergeant and 2 constables.
They're wearing greatcoats, of course.
Yes, Mr. Holmes.
Good.
Why?
They hide their helmets and pretend to be singers. Come on there. Let's go over and while we're walking, we'll rehearse our carols. We must appear reasonably convincing. Sound your A, Lestrade. Sound your A.
Why did you back, Santa Claus?
No, you mustn't make Santa Claus too tired.
It's all right, Mrs. Hudson. Now, hop on, Lionel, hop on. There we go.
Can't they come inside and sing for us, Santa Claus?
Yes, of course they can. Ask them to come in, Mrs. Hudson, will you?
Come on, let me get on your back.
No, take it easy.
I want to see the reindeer, Santa.
Reindeer, they're up in the roof, Bertie.
I'll climb up and see it.
No, you mustn't. They're asleep. Oh, here are the carol singers. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, and Merry Christmas.
Would you like to sing some carols for the children? And after that, I'm sure you'd like a little drop of something to warm you up.
Oh, thank you, sir. We should like that.
I've seen you before somewhere, my man.
No, sir, I'm sure you haven't. Come on, men, let's sing Good King Wenceslas.
Good King Wenceslas, the town on the streets of
Well, here we are outside the house, Mr. Holmes. Now what?
Listen. Lou the Lisper and his men are already there.
Are we going in now?
In a moment. Now, men, you all have your truncheons handy?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, we're ready.
Splendid. Now, remember, when you're inside and I yell Merry Christmas at the top of my voice, you bring out your truncheons and get Lou the Lisper and his gang out of there as quickly as possible. Don't arrest them until you get them outside again, Lestrade. I don't want to frighten the children.
Right on, Mr. Holmes. We're ready. Just give us the word and we'll go in and get them.
That was very nice singing. And now, how about something to warm you up?
That won't be necessary, Dr. Watson. See to the door, Sammy. Now all of you stay right where you are.
Who are you? What do you think you're up to?
Please don't be difficult, Doctor. All I want is the jewels out of my sack that you stole from me tonight. If you try and stop me, I shall have to hurt you.
Why do you talk so funny? Have you got a cold like me?
Shut up. Now, Doctor, where are the jewels? Curse it. There are some more carol singers outside.
What time to go, Wayne?
No, better let them come in. If we don't, they might get suspicious.
All right, Lou. First you know what you're up to.
Now, no tricks, Doctor. If you try and give an alarm, I shall have to get rough with
Well, I
you.
don't mind about that, but just remember that there are children here.
You're going here before us, eh? What shall we all join in a little carol for the nipper, eh?
Well, all right. What do you want to sing?
How about Off the Old Angels Sing?
All right. Come on, men. Let's sing.
Merry Christmas!
Dr. Watson, what's happening? They're all hitting each other with truncheons.
Look here, you can't do that. They're all going away. They're dragging each other. Hi. Holmes, what in thunder's going on?
I'll explain to you later, old chap. Lestrade! Take them to Scotland Yard and prefer charges. I'll be over in a little while and give evidence.
Right, you are, sir. Too bad we didn't get Professor Moriarty, too.
Well, at least we have some of his cohorts. I'll see you later, Lestrade.
I wish I knew what was going on here. Is Moriarty fixed up in this business?
Yes, Watson. I'll tell you all about it as soon as I've straightened this thing out. Whittingham,
Yes, sir.
the 20-pound notes that you used as wrapping for your gift seem to have been scattered all over the house. Do you want me to recover those, too?
No, from what you've told me of the children, I think their parents could use the money much more profitably than my relatives. In any case, I can replace it.
Ah, very generous Christmas present.
Doctor, that was a swell story. On a Christmas Eve like this, do you ever wish you were back in Baker Street celebrating Christmas Day?
Times, yes. But actually, Mr. Bartell, I'm very happy right here in my little home. And what with the troubles of the world on their way to being settled, it looks as if this is the brightest Christmas that I've ever had.
That's how I feel about it, too, Doctor.
I hope that all our friends are feeling just as happy this Christmas Eve as we are. And speaking not only for myself, but I know for all of us, and for the Petrie family, too, we wish every one of you a happy Christmas from the bottom of our hearts. God rest ye merry, gentlemen.
Tonight's Sherlock Holmes adventure was written by Dennis Green and Anthony Boucher and was suggested by an incident in Mr. Arthur Conan Doyle's story, The Adventure of the Blue Carbuncle. Music is by Dean Faulkner. Mr. Rathbone appears through the courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, and Mr. Bruce through the courtesy of Universal Pictures, where they are now starring in the Sherlock Holmes series. The Petrie Wine Company of San Francisco, California, invites you to tune in again next week, same time, same station. Sherlock Holmes comes to you from our Hollywood studio. This is Harry Bartell saying good night for the Petrie family. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System. Mutual Broadcasting System. Mutual Broadcasting System. Mutual Broadcasting System.
For the safety of your smile, use Pepsodent twice a day. See your dentist twice a year. Tonight, from the Veterans Administration Hospital at Sawtell, California, Lever Brothers Company presents the Pepsodent Show, starring Bob Hope and his special guest, Bing Crosby.
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is Bob broadcasting from the Sawtell Veterans Hospital on Christmas Eve Hope, telling all you guys that using Pepsodent will never hurt your purse, and when you whisper sweet nothings in the ear of your nurse, you'll never have to worry if your teeth are in right or in reverse. Yes, sir. Here we are at the Veterans Administration Hospital at Sawtell. That's a medical term, meaning jab the needle in my left arm this time, nursey. I've already rented my right one out for a piccolo. I had a little trouble getting Crosby into the hospital. Dr. Hubbard took one look at him and said it was too late. They really have a lot of ground here at Sawtell. This morning, a doctor was making a tour of inspection and discovered 3 Spanish-American War veterans still firing. And they have three kinds of passes here, 24 hour, 36 hour, and I'm in the tunnel. Try and get me. And I found out why they call this Sawtell. I went through that Wilshire tunnel, and the things I saw I'd never tell. Most of these patients here are ambulatory. Ambulatory, that's a nurse's expression, meaning, for heaven's sakes, doctor, trip him the next time we come around the building. One of these nurses was missing yesterday, and they couldn't figure out what had happened to her until they saw one of the patients chasing his duffel bag down the hall. But I'm thrilled that I'm here. I had Christmas Eve dinner with these veterans, and before we started to eat, I made a very appealing talk, but I still had to pay. What a dinner. It's a memory I'll never forget. I've got the scars to remind me. These veterans really went after that food. It's the first time I ever saw a diving board in a gravy bowl. They ate 10 pounds of cranberries before somebody told them they were supposed to take them out of the cans first. One poor guy was on a liquid diet. He dampened the turkey before he swallowed it whole. And after they'd finished everything inside, I said, shall I call the waiter? They said, no, call the cook. He's got more meat on him. But it's a wonderful Yuletide, and I gave away a lot of fine, expensive presents this year. It's been a wonderful Christmas. I've been a regular Santa Claus.
It takes more than a pouch to make a Santa, Hope.
Oh, you're still up there in my head, eh, Conscience? What's wrong with you now?
Well, you didn't give me a present.
Why should I? All you ever gave me was dandruff.
What about the time I saved your life when you were a baby?
I don't remember your saving my life.
Who do you think stopped your father from drowning you?
But I guess I do owe you something, Conch. After all, you've stuck with me through thick and thin.
Only through thick, Hope. Remember, I'm in your head.
Anyway, why should I give you anything for Christmas? What'd you ever do for me?
What'd I ever do for you? Why, Robbie boy, I've done a lot for you. Remember when you were a little boy, you were crossing the railroad tracks, you didn't see a train coming? Suddenly a little voice warned you just in time. I saved your life.
That's right, I remember, Conch. Why, you saved my life. If it weren't for you, there would be no Bob Hope.
Yeah, can you blame me for staying up here and never showing my face?
Poor Miriam, neglected using Miriam, so her singing smile had no end in style. I'll be home for Christmas.
Oh, no.
Not you.
Let's go.
So folks don't be like Miriam, use Miriam.
The first time you try the new improved Pepsodent toothpaste, something wonderful happens to you. Your teeth look so radiantly bright. Your whole mouth feels so gloriously clean. For this new Pepsodent with Irium cleans in a way no other toothpaste can. You notice first its difference in taste. This new Pepsodent has a cleaner, brighter taste. That means cleaner, brighter teeth. Next, you feel the difference in the way it cleans. This new Pepsodent contains more Irium, so it gives an abundance of invigorating foam. It cleans in between and around your teeth better, and cleans your breath better, too. Remember, Pepsodent alone among toothpaste gives you this active Irium foam. It sweeps dulling film away, uncovers the natural brilliance of your smile. Let your taste tell you. Let your mirror show you that something wonderful happens the moment you change to this new Pepsodent toothpaste with Irium.
Dear Miriam, sweet Miriam, now she's using Miriam, so her singing smile has a winning style. I'll be home for Christmas.
Some smile.
So folks just be like Miriam, use Miriam.
Here's the beautiful Columbia recording singing star to sing a very appropriate song, a Christmas song, Miss Doris Day.
They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna fight to see if reindeers really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple tale to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to
Thank you, Miss Doris Day. Very nice. And now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have with us a veteran who has a few words to say to you on this Christmas Eve. A veteran who is one of our great leaders with a soft spot in his heart for all of you. He's a man who has fought with you in war and is fighting for you in peace. The boss man of the entire Veterans Administration, General Omar Bradley.
Hello, Bob. Thank you for this opportunity to say Merry Christmas to all veterans everywhere, but especially to those who are in VA hospitals tonight. I'm sorry that so many of you must spend this Christmas under medical care. We're doing everything possible to make your Christmas as happy as it can be, away from home, in a hospital bed. I hope that by next year, we will have many of you back on your feet so that you can celebrate Christmas at home with your families. And now, speaking for the thousands of you in our hospitals, I want to thank Bob Hope and all his associates of radio, motion pictures, and stage for remembering that the war is not over for thousands of veterans. Wherever there are sick and wounded veterans tonight, I know they would want me to tell you, Bob, how much it means to be remembered, how nice it is to be included in your Christmas parties and shows. We know that you will be with us again throughout the coming year.
Thank you very much, General Omar Bradley. We all consider it a privilege to entertain these veterans. And ladies and gentlemen, it's very interesting to visit hospitals such as this one here at Sawtell. You never know whom you're going to meet. Well, Miss Vera Vague. Yes, sir. Well, Miss Vera Vague, Santy's auntie.
Well, Mr. Hope, Dunder's blunder.
Well, now, Miss Vague, here it is the time of the year you're supposed to show goodwill toward all men.
Goodness, is there a season for us?
Yes, there is, Miss Vague, and this is it. Christmas. Today we must love our fellow man.
Oh, you silly boy. Why do you think I've been visiting the wards?
Right. Well, tell me, did you make any headway with the boys, Miss Vague?
Well, I was doing fine until the nurse made me take off the red robe. Now, believe me, Mr. Hope, a pretty girl just isn't safe going through these wars.
Is that so? And how did you find it?
Oh! Oh, you dear bunion brain. Why don't you run down to X-ray and find out why your head rattles?
Yeah.
No, really, Mr. Hope, visiting a ward was just wonderful, and every one of the boys gave me the sweetest smile.
Well, naturally, they have to be quiet in the hospital. They're not permitted to laugh out loud.
Bless your heart. Don't you know people in glass heads shouldn't throw stones? You don't realize that I studied nursing for years. I'm a trained nurse.
Who trained you, Frank Buck?
Go on, make fun of me. I don't care. I have a blind date for the cute boy in the tunnel at 8. I have to be there at 7.
At 7? Why an hour early? Anxious?
No, but I want plenty of time to short-circuit the light.
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Verve. And now, folks, I have a big surprise for you. I'm playing Santa tonight for the boys here, and so as to not disappoint them, here's the bag now. Bing Crosby, right here.
Well, good old trout snout. How goes it, my Pepsodent Pinocchio? That's it, Pepsodent Pinocchio.
Tell me, Lard.
Is it a lime cola on you or something?
Tell me, Lard, does my broadcast have anything to do with your being here, or did you just come in for your regular shot?
Now, just a moment. This is Christmas, the season of good cheer and good fellowship. Why don't we forego for tonight this girlish vilification and be chums?
Oh, no!
Be pals.
Oh, break it up for us peasants, will you, please?
What, vilification a
Yes,
little?
very nice, very nice. Wait till Gonzaga finds out about this.
Well, let's be chums, though, tonight. I'm be pals.
I think you're right,
Sure.
Bing. I'm sorry. We should. After all, we should have the Yuletide spirit. I want to tell you it's an honor to have you on my show.
Thank you, Bob.
You, the great Bing Crosby, the country's most magnificent voice on my poor, crummy little program.
Really, it's nothing, old man. My partner. It's a thrill for me to work with America's foremost comedian, America's finest actor.
What's wrong with Canada?
Well, the world's finest comedian, the world's finest actor. You are indeed good to have me here.
But no, this philanthropic gesture out of your bountiful goodness to pay tribute to me, a lowly punster, is merely a small symbol of your munificence.
I think we got more laughs with the insult.
Well, anyway, now it can be told, Bing, you're my favorite singer. Take Como, Sinatra, Russell Haynes.
I'm better, huh?
No comparison. None of them were anywhere near as good as you were at their age.
Now, you wait a minute, blubberhead. It's Christmas. I know you don't mean what you said. Deep down inside, you're a regular guy.
Thanks.
It's the outside that's irregular.
Now, listen, Elephant Boy, I want to tell you one thing.
Christmas, remember.
Yeah, I know. I saw you and your kids out singing carols on Vine Street last night.
So what's wrong with singing carols?
Well, you should sing them right through, not stop after each chorus and put in a commercial about Philco's. And who was that other little boy?
Other little boy?
Yeah, the one who kept following your boys around while they were singing.
Oh, him. Oh, that's Petrillo's son collecting dues. Don't run off. Now that I'm here, this is as good a time as any for my present. You have something for me, haven't you? Some little gift or something?
Well, I had something real nice for you, Bing, but Mother thought she'd wear him a little longer.
I'll only take that because there's a big favor I want to ask you. How would you like to play Santa Claus over at my house tonight, Robin?
Well, what's the matter? Can't you fit down the chimney anymore?
No. Just that this year we're keeping the fire going, and my kids just love baked ham.
Well, they ought to. They've been living with one for years, you know. But believe me, ears, I'll make a fine Santa Claus. Ears. I really will. I'll be a fine Santa Claus. I'll just tuck a pillow in the front.
Good. From the rear, you're already in character. You really...
Wait a minute. What? That's not all me. Where do you hide your Christmas presents?
Hello, Bob.
Oh, Desi, this is Bing Crosby. You've heard of him.
Oh, sure. He's the American Tito guitar.
Yeah. Hello, Tito. ¿Habla español?
¿Habla español? Sí,
Dice
cómo
mi
no.
amigo, el señor Hope, es muy simpático, ¿no?
Sí, simpático, pero chico, no, el dinero.
No
muy...
dinero.
No dinero. Muy
Wait a
poquito,
minute,
muy
wait a
malo.
minute. Wait, something tells me I'm not getting the best of this. Play, Desi, play. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now hear from the voice of Firestone, retreaded, Mr. Crosby.
Oh, buttermilk sky, I'm keeping my eyes peeled on you. What's the good word tonight? Are you going to be mellow tonight? Oh, buttermilk sky, Can't you see my little donkey and me? We're as happy as a Christmas tree, heading for the one I love. I'm gonna pop her that question, that question. Do you, darling, do you do? It'll be easy, oh, so easy, if I can only bank on you. Oh, buttermilk sky, I'm telling you why. Now you know, keep it in mind tonight. Keep a-brushing those clouds from sight. Oh, buttermilk sky, don't you fail me when I'm needing you most. Hang a moon above a hitching post. Hitch me to the one I love. You can if you try. Don't tell me no lies. Will you be mellow and bright tonight, buttermilk sky? Don't tell me no lies. You can if you try. Oh, buttermilk sky.
Thank you very much. That's Mr. Bing Crosby and the Meltones, ladies and gentlemen. Stand by, Bing. Now, Wendell Niles, I understand you have something very special to hustle for the sponsor tonight.
Yes, I have, Bob.
Well, let's have it, Wen.
On behalf of Lever Brothers and Pepsodent, I want to wish all our listeners a very Merry Christmas.
Isn't that fine? Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you a stirring Christmas story entitled The Road to the North Pole, or Santa Claus Rides Again. We now take you to the faraway hideout of St. Nick. As we look in on this prefabricated igloo, jolly old Santa is making ready for his yearly trip.
Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho.
Well, you're mighty jolly this Christmas, Paul.
Jolly nothing. My red flannels tickle. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho.
Going off on those trips and leaving me alone up here. Goodness, sometimes I'm sorry I saw you working in that bargain basement and married you.
Well, what makes you say that, Ma?
Well, of all the things in the May Company, I had to get the one you can't bring back and get your money back on.
Well, stop complaining, Ma. How many women can go to bed and sleep nice and warm all night under their husband's beard? Ho, ho, ho. I wonder who that can be.
Are you Santa Claus?
What do you know, Ma? It's Topsy.
Shelter. Shelter at last. Oh, I can't go on. I can't go on any further. Please. Please let me in. Please let me in.
Come on, you got one, Oscar. Don't overdo it. What can I do for you, stranger?
Well, tonight, Santa, I want you to stop to the Veterans Hospital at Sawtell and bring something special for the boys. Something they've been waiting for all year.
Oh, their pension checks, huh? Well, they'll get them. That Crosby fellow's bringing them on a horse. I don't know, son. Tell me, have they been good boys at Sawtell?
Don't be too hard on them, Santa. They can't help it.
What do you mean?
Well, you should see those nurses.
Pretty nurses, huh? Yeah. Hang on, here we go! Up, Dancer, up, Prancer, up, Dunder and Blitzen, up, Fortescue.
Fortescue? What's he doing in there?
He's the CIO organizer. Get up! Isn't it wonderful up here? Look down at that earth below us there, son. This is a night of brotherly love, everybody's friend. See that house all lighted up? That's George Raft's place. He's giving a big party for attorneys tonight.
Aren't they merry? And just look down there through that window over there. John L. Lewis is in the basement of the White House. He's shoveling coal in the furnace.
You see that there?
What's that there?
That's the peace conference. That guy is Molotov walking back in, right there. And a little further on, I'll even show you an audience applauding Blue Skies, right down there.
Taking Troy off. You mean to tell me everyone is friendly tonight? What about Harry Cohn and Charlie Veeder?
Oh, everything is fine with them now. They're not talking.
Oh.
Pull over there. Pull over. Pull over to the side of the cloud. Pull over there.
But, officer.
Pull over. You just passed the red star. Let's see your driver's license.
Why, I'm old St. Nick. Ha, 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 ha. Yes, sir, good old St. Nick. Ha, 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 ha.
And drunk, too.
I'm not drunk, officer. Now, just what's the charge?
Speeding and driving drunken horses.
Just a minute. Those aren't drunken horses.
Oh, no? Then what are they doing going around stealing hat racks? All right, don't give me that double talk. I'm on duty up here.
You're on duty, but we're 10,000 feet above the ground. What duty?
Rose Bowl traffic, top layer.
Why, this is ridiculous. How does your motorcycle stay up in the air?
Firestone balloon tires.
And how do you stay up here?
O'Sullivan balloon heels. Sorry, boys, I'll have to arrest you.
But, officer, I'm trying to tell you, I'm Santa Claus.
Santa Claus? Ah, yes, I know your sister well.
My sister?
Yes, Santa Monica.
Officer! Oh, Santa Monica. Officer, you surprised me.
No, you surprised me. I got the hiccup.
How'd you get the hiccup?
Just had a Tom and Jerry. That was Tom.
Listen, officer.
Who's that?
That was Jerry.
Listen, officer. What was that?
Relative. Well, I'll have to give you two boys a ticket.
Looks like we're in a jam, Santa.
Yeah, and I know this officer can't be bribed.
Who says so?
Well, we can't waste any more time with you, officer. I got to go all over the world tonight. Get up!
Stop! Stop, or I'll shoot!
You'll never stop us with that cologne. It's only a water pistol.
Yeah, sometimes I wish I wasn't a California cop.
Oh, there's the Sawtell Hospital over there. Head in for a landing.
Are you sure it's the Sawtell Hospital?
Yeah, the buildings spell out no gambling.
Hang on, we're going down.
Okay, Santa, we're heading right down the chimney. Well, they were going to remodel this wing anyway.
Here's the bottom of the chimney. I'll walk out through the fireplace. Hi, everybody. Here I
am. Well, let me welcome you to Sawtell Hospital, Santa Claus. I'm Dr. Hubbard.
Dr. Hubbard, huh?
Yes, I'm the head of the hospital. Here, shake hands.
Well, hiya, Dr. Hubbard. Put it there. Ouch! Ouch, my arm!
Well, what's the matter?
What a sneaky way to give a man a hypodermic. Santa Claus at the orphanage really came packed with Christmas spirit. Sincerely, old man, your silent night has always put an arm around my heart and given it a big hug.
Well, Bob, I only wish that I could have come to Sawtell Hospital tonight and sung Silent Night in an empty theater. That would have meant that these 6,000 wounded veterans had gone home for Christmas.
And cut us out of a studio audience? Oh, they wouldn't dare play a trick like that. Seriously, Bing, it's Christmas Eve. What a night. Miles of homes lit up like an endless store window.
Living rooms chock full of pine needles and presents.
Doorbells ringing and folks barging in with greetings.
Telephones ringing and loved ones calling from across the miles.
Radios turned down soft for the Christmas carols.
Mother humming away in the kitchen while she stuffed the turkey. Not exactly the perfect night for a veteran to spend in a hospital.
What night is? Bing, if you could ask Santa for anything, what would it be?
The fellows here at Sawtell and in all of Uncle Sam's hospitals could have their health back. How about you, Robert?
Well, when old Santa visits the mothers and wives and children of the fellows who didn't come back, I'd like to ask him to fill every stocking so full of Christmas cheer that there's enough left over to fill the empty place in every heart. Good night. Merry Christmas, folks. Merry Christmas.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax products for home and industry present Fibber McGee and Molly with Bill Thompson, Gail Gordon, Arthur Q. Bryan, Dee Benaderet, and me, Harlow Wilcox. The script is by Don Quinn and Phil Leslie. Music by the Kingsmen and Billy Mills Orchestra. You know, it isn't very often that we have the privilege of coming into your home on Christmas Eve. In fact, we figured it out this morning and discovered that it's happened only 3 times in the past 11 years. Well, that makes tonight a very special occasion for all of us on the show and for the makers of Johnson's Wax. So, on behalf of Fibber and Molly and all the rest of us, here's hoping you have a very happy holiday season. We take you now to the Wistful Vista branch of Santa Claus Incorporated, where we find one of St. Nick's little helpers hard at work. He's got a room full of broken toys, a handful of broken tools, and a future full of broken fingers.
Ow! That's right.
This touching scene has been repeated at intervals all week. And all Mrs. McGee can say right now is...
Oh, dear.
As we join Fibber McGee and Molly.
How's it coming, McGee? Got many more toys to fix?
Many more to fix. My gosh, yes, about 150.
Altogether?
About 5 of them are all together. The other 145 are all apart. But I can do it. Now, look, you see this little music box? I think I got this fixed.
Oh, play it.
Okay, wait till I wind it up. Listen to this. Pretty, huh?
What was it?
Silent Night.
Look, dearie, doesn't Mother's eager little beaver think his bright little teeth are bitten off more than they can chew this time?
No, I got plenty of time. They don't have to be ready till the day before Christmas.
I've got a TL for you, McGee.
Huh?
This is the day before Christmas.
What? It is?
Sure.
Oh, my gosh, I got to get busy. Hand me that chisel and a handful of nails. Thanks. Now, let me see. What'll I work on next?
How about this thirsty little coaster wagon with its tongue hanging out?
It needs a new front wheel. I thought maybe if I took a wheel off of this tricycle and made a bicycle out of it, then took the frame off the bicycle and made a scooter out of it, I could use the saddle for this hobby horse, which would give me an extra pair of handlebars, which I could use for, what could I make out of handlebars? Well, I'll think of something. Hey, did you see how I fixed up this little toy carpet sweeper?
No. Does it work?
Oh, I'll say it works. Look.
You push it forward, picks up the dirt.
Amazing.
Pull it backwards, it throws the dirt out again. That way, the kid can use the same dirt all day long. Don't have to keep running outdoors for fresh dirt. I think that's a very good idea.
Come in. Well, for goodness sakes, Mr. Wimple.
Hello, folks.
Hi, Wimp, old man. You better not sit down any place unless you've been vaccinated against hacksaw blades.
Well, I can't stay but only a... My gracious, look at all the toys. Aren't you ashamed, Mr. McGee?
Yeah, what for?
Opening all your presents before Christmas?
Oh, those aren't his, Mr. Wimple. He's repairing them for children who might not otherwise get any. The school is in charge of distribution.
Isn't that nice?
Yes.
You must be very handy with tools, Mr. McGee.
You said it, boy. Why, when I was... Hey, what's that book you got under your arm there, Wimp? If that's zombie comics, can I borrow it when you get through?
No, this is just my bird book, Mr. McGee.
Your what, Mr. Wimple?
My bird book. I've been out watching birds today.
Oh.
I saw a barn swallow, and I'm going to write a nasty letter to the book publisher.
Wrong picture, Mr. Wimple?
No, but they can't tell me a teensy-weensy little bird like that can swallow a barn.
Oh, they don't really eat barns, Wimp. They just peck the grain out of the wood.
Well...
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell.
Well, anyway, I think I'm going to get my notes together and write my own bird book.
Does Mrs. Wimple go with you on those bird-watching expeditions, Mr. Wimple?
Oh, no. Sweetie Face, that's my big old wife. She doesn't... Oh, that reminds me, Mr. McGee. Have you got a shotgun I can borrow?
Why, certainly he has, Mr. Wimple. But do bird lovers go hunting?
Maybe not, Mrs. McGee. But this is for something I've been planning to do every Christmas for 10 years.
Huh?
I'm going to get up early in the morning and shoot Sweetie Face.
What? No.
Yes, I am. I'm going to get up early in the morning and shoot Sweetie Face a wild duck for Christmas dinner. Merry Christmas, folks.
Well, McGee, I don't like to nag, but hadn't you better get busy with those toys? You haven't much time left, you know.
My gosh, I haven't at that. Now, let me see. I think I'll fix up this dollhouse. The roof sags like a restaurant pie. Hand me that hammer, and I'll have this thing fixed before...
Excuse me, folks. I forgot my bird book. Oh, here it is.
He'd forget his head if it wasn't fastened on. And with Sweetie Face around, I'm surprised it still is.
Me too. Where's my hammer? I got to fix this dollhouse.
Here, now, and be careful. You only have 7 good fingers left.
Okay. I can take care of it. Oh, I had a little rabbit, and I wish I had her still. She was good for 18 carats, so I called her Diamond Lil. Oh, there wasn't no...
Oh, dear.
Look at that dollhouse.
If I ever have any toys to be repaired, sweetheart, I hope I can remember to tear up your phone number.
This is discouraging, you know what? All them little kids depending on me to fix these toys, and here it is almost time to have the...
Come in. Oh, my goodness, Mrs. Carstairs. Do come in, Millicent.
How do you do, my dear? Good day, Miss McGee.
Hi, Carsty. Don't trip over that kiddie car there. You're liable to wind up with your head through a drum.
Good heavens, what a tremendous lot of toys.
Yep.
Did they belong to your father?
His father? Why did you ask, Millicent?
Well, I just thought that no child could cause that much destruction in one generation.
These are not my toys, Millicent. And in the second place, I was not a destructive child. Why, I still got a little box camera I was given in 1913.
Does it still work, McGee?
Yeah, it works all right, but I don't use it. Too dangerous.
Dangerous?
Yeah. Cuts everybody's head off.
But, what, may I ask, are you doing with all these toys, Miss McGee?
Well, the school collected them, Millicent, and McGee was to fix them up for the more unfortunate children.
Oh, what a splendid idea. I find myself revising my opinion of you, Mr. McGee. This is a side of your character I had not suspected.
Oh, you'd be surprised, Millicent. His character has more strange sides than a Calypso album.
No, this is nothing any red-blooded American boy wouldn't have done if he'd stuck his big fat neck out like I did.
But what a tremendous job you have to do in such a short time, Mr. McGee. Well, this toy trumpet, for instance. Can you straighten this out?
Well, not knowing how to play a trumpet in the first place, he probably wouldn't know when it was fixed, Millicent.
Oh, well, perhaps I can help. I once played trumpet in the orchestra at Wellesley. Let me take it.
Oh, fine. Here, Carsey. Pucker up and have a go at the blues, sugar. I mean, the sugar blues. The sugar blues.
Sugar Blues is more of a trombone number, Mr. McGee.
Oh.
I'll try the 12th Street Rag. Although I'm afraid my embouchure is not what it was.
Oh, I don't know. With a fur coat on, it's
McGee!
Go ahead, Carsey.
Very well.
Why, Millie, that was lovely.
My gosh, that trumpet don't need fixing. That's in fine shape.
Thank you. And now, if you'll excuse me, I must go down to the Maritime Union headquarters and get Mr. Carstairs' Christmas present.
To the Maritime Union for a Christmas present?
Yes, I'm getting him a new crew for his yacht. Well, Merry Christmas to both of you.
Thank you, Millicent. You know, dearie, she's right. The time is awfully short to do much about these toys.
I know it. Maybe if I work fast, I'll... Oh, my tools are no good. You know, look at them. The chisel is nicked, the pliers are falling apart, and the hammer is looser in the head than I am. I got to get down to the hardware store quick and get some new tools. Where's my hat and coat? Where's that bait can I was hiding my money in?
Well, now, if you can't remember where you hide your money, dearie, I'm sure
I remember. It's right here behind the dictionary. Here it is. Well, I got to get going. Well, I'll see you later. Goodbye.
Wait a minute. You didn't kiss me.
Huh? Oh, goodbye.
Ah, there goes the good kid. And who does he think he's fooling?
Billy Mills and the orchestra and the Parade of the Wooden Soldiers.
Christmas this is going to be. Fibber McGee, the dope of the ages. What a sap. What a husband. Somebody ought to put a Santa Claus suit on me and drop me down in a chimney of a blast furnace. Oh, wait a minute, McGee. What are you going to tell her? Are you going to tell her you spent all your Christmas money for new toys? My gosh, I don't know. Well, you got to say something. Oh, yeah? The reason I got into this mess is by talking too much. I know, but what are you going to do now? Gee, I don't know. Well, think. I am thinking. The only thing to do is to stall, boy. Stall for time. Okay, that's my only option. I'll stall.
That's you, McGee?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was the hardware store open?
Yeah, it was open.
That's nice. There's some hot coffee on the stove if you want some.
Thanks, kiddo. Well, why don't you ask me? Let's get it over with.
Here's a Christmas card from Aunt Sarah.
Oh, yeah, I'll bet there's postage due on it. That old dame is so tight she couldn't put on her hat without lifting herself off the floor.
Well, you got it wrong this time, sweetheart. You know what? She sent us a $500 check for Christmas.
What? She did? $500?
That's right. And she said if the Republicans are elected in 1948, she'll sign it.
Well, come on, McGee. Why don't you tell her, you big ape? You yellow or something? Molly, I got something to tell you.
All right, dearie. What is it?
Well...
Tell me later, McGee. Come in. Oh, for goodness sakes, it's the mayor, McGee. Hello, Your Honor.
Good evening, Molly. Hello, McGee.
Hi, Latriv, old man. Merry Christmas.
And the same to both of you. McGee, I just dropped by to tell you how grateful the school commissioners are for this toy mending project you've undertaken.
Oh, he loved doing it, Mr. Mayor. Just give himself here a handful of tools and he'll chisel all day long.
Yeah, but on this toy deal, Latriv,
Believe me, McGee, when Miss Yegley told me all about it and that you'd volunteered to repair all those toys, I was touched.
You were touched?
Just look how he fixed this coaster wagon, Mr. Mayor. He couldn't repair the wheels, so he put 4 holes in the bottom of it so 2 children with roller skates on could stick their feet through it. I thought it was very ingenious myself.
Yeah, but that was
By the way, may I help deliver any of these things, McGee? How about this electric train? Is that finished?
Oh, he did a wonderful job rewiring that little train, Mr. Mayor. McGee, show the mayor how when you throw the signal switch, the train jumps the track and rolls over 3 times.
Oh, I'll have to admit I'm not much with electric stuff. I even get nervous handling a wire coat hanger. But it don't matter now, Latriv, because what I
Yes,
done now...
yes. But as I say, McGee, I'll be glad to deliver any of this stuff for you. How about this sled here?
No, Your Honor, I don't believe
No, not that sled, Latriv. You don't try to pick up
don't
that... Don't
talk nonsense, McGee.
No,
If
no.
a child can handle this, I'm sure I won't have any trouble.
Hey,
Oh, my back. I've broken my back.
Well, we warned you, Mr. Mayor.
What's that sled made of, lead?
No. I was putting some new runners on it, Latriv, but the nails were too long and I nailed it to the floor. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's quite all right. I'll let you know how my X-rays come out. Merry Christmas.
Look at the poor man walking up the street, McGee, all bent over, like he was looking for 4-leaf clovers.
Well, I told him not to pick up that sled, but this being not election time, he don't listen to the common people.
See, what was it you started to tell me before he came in, McGee?
Oh, yeah. Well, I feel like a mug telling you this, Molly, but... Well, I was...
Oh, stop scraping your foot on the carpet and tell me.
Okay. Well, when I got downtown with my Christmas money...
Merry Christmas, Molly. Happy New Year, pal.
Hello, Mr. Wilcox. The same to you.
Rushing the season a little with that New Year stuff, aren't you, Junior?
Well, I thought I'd throw that in early because I won't be seeing you next week.
Oh, that's right. You won't, will you? Sitting here next Tuesday night listening to Fred Waring, we'll miss you, Mr. Wilcox.
Thank you, Molly. Will you miss me too, pal?
I don't trust myself to talk, Junior. The very thought of you not dropping in here next Tuesday just kind of overwhelms me.
Yeah, if he starts turning handsprings, Mr. Wilcox, you'll know it's strictly from grease.
I know what you mean. I think that's a great idea, though, bringing Fred Waring and that wonderful music of his back for a week.
Yeah, me and Molly and the people in Racine thought it would be kind of a nice New Year's greeting to everyone if we asked Fred to take over the Johnson Wax program for next week.
Mr. Waring and his Pennsylvanians will sort of express musically our New Year wish for our friends, Mr. Wilcox.
Well, I'm going to love it. Tuesday nights, I don't get much chance to listen anyhow to a good musical. Oh, hey, look at all the toys. Say, I'll swap you a good jackknife for that musical top, pal. And I'll throw in a ball of kite string, too.
No deal, Junior. This stuff isn't mine. I've been trying to fix it up for the kids around town. Without much success, I might add.
You might indeed. Look at the dollhouse, Mr. Wilcox. He was fixing the roof on it and suddenly found his elbows in the basement.
That's because I'm a clumsy oaf. If I'd only kept my...
What are you doing, Mr. Wilcox?
Just writing a little note.
A note?
Yes, to the little girl who gets this dollhouse. Mind if I shove it under the door here?
Not at all. Mind if we read it first?
Not at all. Go ahead.
Let's see. It says, to the little girl who gets this lovely dollhouse. When you grow up and have a real house of your own, don't forget to keep it beautiful and clean with Johnson's Wax products. Signed, a friend. Isn't that sweet?
A friend. My goodness. That's the first anonymous letter I ever saw that was constructive.
Yep. Well, I'll see you a week from Tuesday, folks. Happy Yuletide.
Same to you, Mr. Wilcox.
Old Waxy never quits, does he?
McGee, you started to tell me something, you know.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to tell you what... I feel awful about this, kiddo, but gee...
Was it something about the toys, dearie?
Yeah, it was, yeah. Now, look, when I took my Christmas money...
This is like reading a continued story in a monthly magazine. Come in.
Merry Christmas, my dear, and a cheery Yuletide greeting to you, too, Jingle Brain.
Hello, Dr. Gamble. Nice to see you.
Well, if it isn't the mortician's friend. Hi, Hiya, sulfa huckster.
What are you doing with all the toys, Beaver Bottom? Been hijacking Santa Claus?
Well, he undertook to repair them for some children for Christmas, Doctor.
You don't say. I'll have to tear up that article I was writing about him for the medical journal. Maybe he does have a heart.
I've paid you enough dough to listen to it, butcher boy. And what are you doing out on Christmas Eve? Not that your absence from the hospital is not a splendid gift for the sick.
Business a little dull, Doctor?
Yes, it is, rather. Ordinarily, I'm busy Christmas Eve pulling fat fathers out of fireplaces or treating them for burned noses. They never seem to learn that long white beards light up quicker than a cigarette. By the way, what are you two doing New Year's Eve?
Going to spend a quiet evening right here in front of the fireplace, tonsil peeker. Cracking jokes and walnuts. Why?
I have reservations at a nightclub if you'd care to join me.
Well, thank you so much, Doctor, but we want to stay in that night and listen to Fred Waring.
Fred Waring? Something special?
Yeah, he's going to be on the air for Johnson's Wax next Tuesday night at the same time, Fatso.
It's going to be a novelty for radio, Doctor, a singing program, a spoken commercial.
That I shall have to hear. I'll tear up my reservations and join you, if I may.
Pray do, Doctor. And bring your medicine bag. I always eat too much caramel popcorn on New Year's Eve.
I'll be there with full equipment, glutton buttons. Although I'll probably be called out a few times during the evening.
Really, Doctor?
Yes, New Year's Eve, you know.
Oh, yeah.
People forget that slow gin and fast cars can be a poisonous combination.
Oh.
As the head gets lighter on the neck, the foot gets heavier on the accelerator. Well, Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Doctor. Now that we got a minute alone, Molly, look. Remember when I grabbed that bait can with my dough in it and ran down to the hardware store?
Yeah?
Well, the fact is, Oh, this is going to make me look like an awful fool.
Now, sweetheart, when you fumbled that installment wedding ring on my finger, I took it for better or for worse. Mostly it's been for the better, so you might as well average it up a little.
Well, okay. Here's the situation. When I realized
Say, maybe you better write me an inter-office memo, McGee.
Yeah.
Conversationally, we're not getting any place. Come in.
Oh, Alfred. Hi, Teeny.
Hi, mister. Hi, Miss McGee.
Teeny's the one who talked me into fixing all these toys, Molly.
Yes, I know.
Sis, I owe you an explanation.
See, mister, you don't owe anybody anything, I bet you.
Huh?
I just ordered school and I saw all those toys. Oh, boy. Are they ever super, though? Just like new. Thanks ever so much, mister.
Well, I got to spill this sometime, I guess. Sis, those toys are new. I bought them and had them sent over there.
Oh? You mean you couldn't fix the old ones, mister? Couldn't you? Couldn't you?
No, I couldn't. As a toy repairman, I'm about as handy as a turtle at a taffy pull. I flopped the assignment, sis.
You did not, I bet you. You were wonderful. Miss Yegley was so happy she cried.
She did?
Huh?
I said she did?
Did what?
Cried.
Who?
Miss Yegley!
I know her. She said to thank you ever so much, mister.
That's okay, sis. Molly, that's what I've been trying to tell you.
Yes, I know, but what took you so long?
Well, my gosh, I feel like a chump. I had to use the money I was saving for your Christmas present.
Oh, gee.
And you know what? When I opened that bake can, I found I had almost twice as much money saved as I thought.
Yes, dearie, I knew what you were up against, so I took the money I was going to buy your present with and put it in with yours.
What? You mean you knew I... Oh, but Molly, you won't get any present.
Well, neither will you.
Huh?
And I think it's the nicest Christmas we ever had.
It ain't bad at that, is it?
Hey, gee, can I bring the boys in now, mister?
Huh? What boys?
The same boys that always sing for you on Christmas.
Oh, sure. Bring
Hey, Johnny, Reddy, Buddy, Kenny, come on in, kids.
Merry Christmas,
Ah, dear, those kids haven't grown an inch since last year.
Now, you sit down there, Miss McGee. And, Mr. McGee, you sit over there.
Okay.
No, not at the piano. We're going to use it. All right, boys. Are you ready? And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Was the night before Christmas and all through the house. Not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap have just settled down for a long winter's night. Went out on the lawn, there arose such a clatter. I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, threw open the sash. Then, what to my wondering, I should appear but a miniature sleigh and a tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, and I knew right away that it must be St. Nick. All bundled in fur from his head to his foot, old Santa was covered with ashes and soot. I drew in my head and was turning around when down the chimney he came with a bow.
His eyes, how they twinkle. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses. His nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow. The beard on his chin was as white as the snow.
The stump of a little old pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke went around and around and around his head like a wreath. He was so chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf. And I laughed and I laughed and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. He had a broad face, and a little round belly that shook when he laughed, like a bowl full of jelly. He gave me a wink of his eye and a twist of his head. A chuckle and a smile I knew all the while I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings.
Oh, boy.
Then turned with a jerk and laying a finger aside of his nose and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team, gave up his home, and away they all flew like the dawn of the song. But I heard him exclaim, and he drawled out a cry. Merry Christmas to all, and to all, good
Oh, is he gone?
Is the night after Christmas and all through the house. Not a creature is stirring, not even a mouse. The presents are scattered and broken, I fear. And St. Nicholas won't come again for a year. The children are nestled all warm in their wee little beds, while memories of sugar plums dance in their wee little heads. Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap are settled at last for a long winter's
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
This is Chicago WMAQ at 9 p.m.
From the Johnson's Wax people and from Fibber, McGee, and Molly, a sincere good wish for your new year, expressed in music by Fred Waring and his Pennsylvanians.
Ride, 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 ride. We're gonna ride, 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 ride. We're gonna ride, 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 ride. We're gonna ride, ride, ride.
It's New Year's Eve, the night of music, celebration, and the makers of Johnson's Wax products for home and industry present a brilliant half hour of music with Fred Waring and his Pennsylvanians.
Play, 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 play. Sing, 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 sing. Wax, 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 wax. Ride, ride.
And here's your host, ready, riding, and shining for Johnson's Wax, Fred Waring.
Hello, everybody. Hello, and thanks for coming. That was Bill Bivens who greeted you, and this is Fred Waring with 67 Pennsylvania noisemakers and music we hope you'll all enjoy. We're proud that the Johnson's Wax Company invited us to pinch hit for Fibber, McGee, and Molly and bring this special New Year's greeting to their vast family of friends across the nation. This is a happy reunion for the Pennsylvanians, having been with you and the Johnson's Wax people all last summer. So come to the party, everybody. It's a night of reservations and resolutions. Fun without reservations, and so far as resolutions are concerned, bring your own so you can break them early. Our own resolution, tonight anyway, is just a plain, complicated zippity-doo-dah.
Sunshine head my way, zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. There's a bluebird on my shoulder. It's the truth, it's actual. Everything is satisfactory, zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day. Oh, zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay, zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay, zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine in my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder. It's the truth, it's actual. Everything is satisfactory. Zippity-doo, zippity-doo, zippity-doo. Zippity-zippity-doo. Zippity-zippity-doo, zippity-zippity-doo, zippity-zippity-doo. Zippity-zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Wonderful feeling. Great day, my day. Okay, I say. Great day, my way. Great day, my day. Zippity-zippity-doo, zippity-doo, zippity-yay.
Well, I hope Molly enjoyed that, sitting at home this New Year's Eve with Fibber as he cracks jokes and walnuts. Now, Bill Bivens, make Harlow Wilcox proud of you.
Well, just a few words to say about the coming new year. If you would like to make your kitchen a brighter, more cheerful place to work in all next year, remember that good old friend of your floors, Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat. Regular Glow Coat care not only gives your linoleum a really beautiful shine, it freshens up the colors and brings out the original gay pattern. Makes your whole kitchen clean and bright. You know, of course, how easy Glow Coat is to use. You just apply it, then let it dry. That's all. There's no rubbing or buffing. Glow Coat shines as it dries. Remember that in 1947, will you? And for brighter floors and a brighter kitchen, Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat.
Broadway's birthday. Tonight, as on no other night of the year, the roar of the city has a special meaning. Its rhythm, an invitation to excitement. Its words, an invitation to gaiety. Your Manhattan Serenade.
From Manhattan, the roll and rumble of the subway, a million lights are all aglaze. The rush of traffic dim and clamor, the crowds of people in Times Square. A happy New Year's in the air.
Acquaintance be forgot. New Year's Eve does bring memories of old times, doesn't it? Pennsylvania spent so many with you.
How many, Fred?
How many? Why, Bill?
Not to embarrass you, but...
What isn't that? I just hadn't... Fred Cully, how many New Year's Eves have we worked together?
Are you kidding?
No. How many?
Well, let's see. My oldest daughter graduated from college in...
Would you settle for 20?
That's conservative.
And that's diplomacy.
And so all these years, while people were running up and down Broadway with paper hats and horns, why, you folks have been playing somewhere all lang syne.
Always. Listen, Bill. Hear that? Know what it is?
Why, sure. It's New Year's Eve on Broadway.
1 million people being happy. You know why?
Why? Do I know why they're happy?
Yes.
Well, Fred, that's to say that they're...
I don't either, but I bet I find out.
How?
Just get down and ask him.
You mean go right down there to Times Square?
Yes.
Tonight?
Yes, right now. Let's go.
For 20 years we sing Old Lang Syne, and now we gotta find out why.
Forget the day
Bill, here's some youngsters harmonizing. Let's ask them.
Well, why not? Hey, kids, you're singing, We're Fred Waring, and we,
Yeah, so? Well, we were enjoying your traditional Scottish air.
Our what?
Your application of the modern harmonic idiom to traditional balladry.
Well, I'll tell you, mister. In the early Carapathol of the Thoraphon, the best minds hold with Tenafelic non France St. Perrine on the Fitzgerald line. Now can we sing?
Sing.
Lovely lady, think of old lang syne. We'll take a cup or two of kindness, dreaming over yet for old lang syne. We'll think of old lang
Fred, look at all those big chairs from the window there. My feet hurt. I want to sit down.
Don't go in there, Bill. That's the Union League Club. Here comes the butler.
Oh, I don't care what it is. I got it.
Gentlemen, what is it you wish?
Well, we're Fred Waring, and
we want to know how you're celebrating New Year's Eve.
Personally, I have a small red horn, which I sound at 30-minute intervals. The gentlemen, however, are listening to a musicale of two pianos.
Look up there in front of that record shop. That's something.
Hey, girls dancing. Man, are they having a time.
Hey, girls. Oh, girls.
Hi, Squares. What goes?
Well, we're Fred Waring.
Oh, I can't feel it. The most old Pass this, Cass. Let these eggs poach. Take it from the top, mister.
Well, we want to know what you're celebrating.
Don't be an E flat. New Year's, don't. 1947. What do you want, 1927?
Come to think of it, maybe you got something there.
Never brought to life. Your old acquaintance be forgotten. Then the long time. Oh, lang time, I get for old lang time. You take the cup of time to get for old lang time. For old lang time. Good old acquaintance be forgotten and never brought to mind. Good old acquaintance be forgotten. Days of old lang time. Forgotten, never brought to mind the days of old lang syne. Take a cup of time to get for old lang syne. For old lang syne. Good old acquaintance be forgotten and never brought to mind.
Bill?
This is Roseland, isn't it?
That's right. Probably the most famous dance spot in America.
Oh, my aching dogs. Listen, I couldn't drag 1 foot after...
Why, Willie! Willie Bivens! Where did you come from?
Well, looky here now, doggone, if it ain't little Sally Watson from down home. Happy little old New Year, honey.
And me just pining for a dance in Mayan.
Well, honey, just don't you pine no more.
Should old acquaintance be forgotten?
killing me, Fred.
Stop, Bill. In here where the light's burning. It's an old friend. Best shoemaker in New York.
Well, now, he ought to have a place to sit down.
He has. Hello, Jim.
Why, hello, Fred. Come in.
We're
Bill Bivens, and we'd like to sit down.
Help yourself. Throw the cat out of the big chair.
Thanks.
Man, oh, man.
You're not celebrating this year, Jim?
Me? Sure, I'm celebrating. Look, I got paper streamers, a new calendar, radio going.
Oh, I mean outside. Crowds, trick hats, horns.
Not anymore, Fred. Last few years, I've sort of celebrated inside, I guess you'd call it.
Oh, we've been trying all evening to find out what people are so happy about.
Of course, they didn't know.
No? Do you? What are you celebrating with your paper streamers and your new calendar?
Oh, a lot of little things that mean something to me. Nothing you'd write a song about, like love or world peace. Things like, well, tulips, maybe.
Tulips? You, Jim?
Yeah, tulips. Kid brought me some bulbs from Holland. Me, I never seen one before, so I looked them up. They grow red and yellow and white. You can't tell by the bulbs. They all look alike. But the kid says they're tulips, and the book says that's how they look. So I picked a spot in the alley back of the shop and put them in. You know, Fred, I think about them tulips all the time, figuring how they're going to look and wondering which will be which.
So you're the tulip king of 8th Avenue, and you celebrate.
Tonight? Yes. New Year's Eve is like that, like them bulbs of mine. Sure, maybe in April I'll have to dig them up and find them still looking like a dime's worth of dried onions. But tonight, they're red and yellow and white. Midnight tonight don't separate different years any more than any other night. But being people, we've got to have a beginning and an end to things. So we fixed ourselves a brand new beginning every year. New bulbs. Another chance for the fine red and yellow and white things we wanted and didn't get. Can't you see, Fred? Those people out there aren't silly or crazy. They're celebrating the finest thing God ever gives a fellow. A new hope for tomorrow.
A new hope for tomorrow.
When you walk through a storm, keep your chin up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, in a golden sky, and the sweet
Now, Bill Bivens for Johnson's Wax.
Thank you, Fred. I would like to remind our audience about the excellent protection that Johnson's no rubbing, no buffing glow coat gives to linoleum and other floors. I do know that above anything else, you want your floors to look nice. And, of course, Glow Coat is wonderful for giving your floors a really bright shine. But you see, the same lovely Glow Coat shine that gives your floors such beauty also protects them against wear and scuffing shoes. So, with regular Glow Coat care, your linoleum keeps new-looking years longer. This wax protection saves you work, too. Filled things and dirt wipe up so easily and quickly. Try Johnson's self-polishing Glow Coat, won't you? It's easy to apply. There's no rubbing or buffing. It shines as it dries. In 20 minutes, your floors are all ready to walk on and shining beautifully.
So to all of us with our paper hats and horns or up here singing Auld Lang Syne, 2 years does mean a new hope for, as Jim would put it, the fine red and yellow and white things we've wanted and haven't had. Let's hope they lie just ahead, beyond the blue horizon.
Beyond the blue horizon waits a beautiful day.
Goodbye to things that hold me.
Joy is waiting for me. I see a blue horizon.
My life has only begun. Beyond the blue horizon lies a rising sun.
Blow whistle, blow away the past. Blow engine, anywhere, I don't care how far.
On from the darkness into dawn, from the rain to the rainbow, fly with me. Gone, gone, all my grief and woe, no matter where I go, if I am has only begun. Beyond the blue horizon lies the rising
This is Fred Waring. Thanks again for coming. Here's to your very happy New Year, and we're glad the Johnson's Wax people called on us to express it musically for them. Fibber McGee and Molly, Don King, and all of the folks at 79 Wistful Vista. Fibber and Molly will be back answering the door chime next week at this same time. And when you care to call on us, we're on the air every morning over NBC. Now, the low bow to the arrangers, Simeon, Ringwald, Aids, and Gerhardt, soloist Gordon Goodman, Jack Dolph, Jane Wilson, Maureen Gerhardt, and all the Pennsylvanians. May there be music, gladness, and all good things in your new year. May it be tops. And as for us, all through 1947, we're going to ride, ride, ride.
Ride, 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 ride. We're going to ride, 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 ride. We're going to ride, 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 ride. We're going to ride, ride, ride.
Good night and Happy New Year.
This is Bill Bivens speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax Products of Home and Industry, inviting you to tune in Fibber McGee and Molly as usual next Tuesday night. Good night.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Chicago, WMAQ.
The Abbott and Costello program, starring Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, brought to you by Camel, the cigarette of costlier, properly aged tobaccos. The Abbott and Costello program, with the modern rhythm of Will Osborne's orchestra, Iris Adrian, our singing star Connie Haynes, and spotlighting that chunky, chubby little cherub who, when caught asking a neighbor lady to take her shoes off because his Uncle Artie Stebbins said she had crow's feet, calmly said,
I'm a bad boy.
Well, Costello, where have you been? Why weren't you here fixing up the house for the party tonight?
Oh, hey, Abbott, I had to get down to jail to get my landlady out. You know, Mrs. Satchel Puss?
Yeah.
I had to get her out on bail.
What do you mean?
She got arrested for shoplifting. They finally caught her.
I thought she was too smart to get caught.
Well, she made a mistake. She stole an alarm clock and hid it in her bustle.
Well, how did they catch her?
Her bustle went off at 8:15.
Never mind your landlady. Did you send out the invitations for the party?
Oh, yeah. I got them right here. Look what it says.
What is it?
Lou Costello invites you to a Christmas party to be held at his home, B-A-P-O-B.
B-A-P-O-B?
Yep.
You mean RSVP?
Oh, no. I mean B-A-P-O-B. Bring a pound of butter. Oh, boy, what a party I'm going to have. My Aunt May will bring her cranberry sauce. That's her specialty. Aunt Catherine will bring her plum pudding. That's her specialty. And Aunt Eva will bring her 14 children. That's a nice family.
Yeah. Never mind your relatives. Look, forget about your relatives for a minute, Lou.
Yeah.
Did you remember to get souvenirs for everybody?
Oh, souvenirs.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm having favors for the girls. At 12 o'clock, I'm going to turn the lights off.
Oh, yeah. Any favors for the men?
What do you call turning the lights off?
Look, Costello, who did you invite besides your relatives?
Oh, a lot of movie stars. And I invited Lana Turner. And she kissed me.
Lana Turner kissed you?
The smoke isn't coming out of my ears for nothing.
Look, Costello, how about the tree? Did you get a tree? Did you get a tree?
Oh, did I get a tree? Yeah. I got the biggest Christmas tree you ever saw.
Well,
I just got through putting it in the living room.
You did?
What a tree! It's 6 feet higher than the ceiling.
Well, it's a shame to have to cut the top off.
That's the way I felt about it, too.
Sure.
So I cut a hole in the ceiling.
You cut a hole in the ceiling of our living room?
Yeah, this will be the first Christmas we ever had a tree in our bathroom.
What kind of a tree did you get? Is it a fir?
Oh, yes, it's one of those... What did you say?
I said, did you get a fir?
No, I got a tree.
Stop this silliness. I want to see your fur.
See my fur?
Certainly.
What am I, a silver fox?
No, you dummy. I'm not talking about fur, F-U-R. The fur I mean has an eye in it.
Oh, the fur has an eye in it?
Yes.
Just one eye?
Certainly there's just one eye in fur.
Must be I, J. Fox.
No, look. Stand still when I'm talking to you.
Yes, sir.
I'm talking about a fir tree.
Mm-hmm.
Now, will you quit talking about the fur with you in it? You doesn't belong in the kind of fur I'm talking about.
I doesn't belong in that kind of fur?
Oh, yes, I belongs in it, but you doesn't.
Why should you belong in fur if I doesn't?
I happen to look better in fur than you do. I'm prettier than you. I'm cuter than you. You bad boy.
No remarks.
You're a bad boy.
Never mind. I'm trying to find out what kind of a Christmas tree you got. Look, wait a minute. Here, I've got it. What kind of bark did it have?
What kind of bark?
Yes. Didn't you notice the tree's bark?
No, I have my earmuffs on.
No. Bark.
Oh, bark.
Yes. No. Costello, the bark of the tree is the outer coat. Did the tree have a rough coat?
No, but the girl who sold it to me had on a smooth sweater.
No, look. No time for singing, please. The bark is the coat.
Yeah.
You find it on the trunk of a fir tree.
A tree has a trunk?
Oh, of course.
That must be where he keeps his coat and fur.
No, Costello. I'm going to try to explain it to you. Now,
Maybe you would, yeah.
all Christmas trees belong to the pine family.
Oh, no, they don't.
Oh,
This
yes.
Christmas tree belongs to me, brother.
No, wait a minute.
Let the Pine family get their own tree.
Forget the pine family, Costello. I don't think you know anything about trees.
Who don't?
You don't.
I do. I raised my own trees.
Did you seed them yourself?
Did I see them?
Yes, I asked you, did you seed your own trees?
Yes, I seed them every day. I seed them this morning. I seed them last night. You can come over and seed them anytime you want.
How can I seed them when you seeded them first?
Look, Abbott, what have I got in front of my house?
Trees.
Did you see them?
No.
Did I see them?
Yes.
In other words, you looked at my trees, but you didn't see them.
That's right.
Let me smell your breath.
I don't know why I spent time with you. I was trying to tell you about the pine tree. We get tar from pine.
We get what?
Tar. Haven't you ever heard of pine tar?
No, but I heard of a tree tar.
Tree tar?
Yeah, clang, clang, clang went the tree tar. Clang, clang, clang went the tree tar.
As a Christmas present to her Camel fans, lovely Connie Haynes repeats the song she helped make so popular.
With my high starch collar and my high top shoes and my hair high up on my head, I went to lose a jolly hour upon the trolley and lost my heart instead. With his light brown derby and his bright green tie, he was quite the handsomest of men. I started to yen, so I counted to 10, then I counted to 10 again. Clang, clang, clang went the trolley. Ding, ding, ding went the bell. Zing, zing, zing went my heartstrings. For the moment I saw him, I fell. Chug, chug, chug went the motor. Bump, bump, bump went the brake. Thump, thump, thump went my heartstrings. When he smiled, I could feel the car shake. He tipped his hat and took a seat. He said he hoped he hadn't stepped upon my feet. He asked my name, I held my breath. I couldn't speak because it scared me half to death. Buzz, buzz, buzz went the buzzer. Flop, flop, flop went the wheel. Stop, stop, stop went my heartstrings. As he started to leave, I took hold of his sleeve with my hand. And as if it were planned, he stayed on with me. And it was grand just to stand with his hand holding mine to the end of the
Thank you, Connie. I can't think of anything quite as pleasant as your voice, except perhaps the smoke of camels on my T-zone.
The T-zone. T for taste, T for throat.
The zone where smokers test the smoke of any cigarette.
Right. It's with his own T-zone that each smoker must judge a cigarette. How the first cigarette of the morning tastes on your tongue. How even the last cigarette of the day feels to your throat. Only your T-zone can tell. That's how millions of smokers, forced to try many different brands when cigarettes were scarce, learned how good a Camel is. And that's why more smokers prefer Camels today than ever before. C-A-M-E-L-S. For Camels are the choice of experience. Costello, what did we have to come downtown for?
Oh, I got to get some more spaghetti, Abbott, so I can finish trimming my Christmas tree. I couldn't find any tinsel this year, so I'm trimming a tree with spaghetti. And boy, does it look beautiful.
Oh, what's beautiful about trimming a tree with spaghetti?
Every time I plug it in, the meatballs light up.
There you go with that silliness again.
Hey, Abbott, look who's in the car. It's that movie actress, Betsy May Mucho. Hello, Miss Mucho.
Hello, boys.
Gee, I'm glad I saw you. I want to invite you to my Christmas party tonight, Miss Mucho.
Oh, I'm very sorry, but I have to go down to Los Angeles. I'm having a dinner party at the Ambassador Hotel.
The Ambassador Hotel? Oh, sure, Abbott. You know where the Ambassador is. That's the home of the Cuckoo Nut Groove.
Oh, it's going to be a thrilling dinner.
Yeah.
We're going to have crab louis and steamed clams.
Clams?
Yes. Don't you just adore clams?
No, I'd rather have a plate of fried oysters.
Well, I must be ski-dawdling along.
I beg your pardon?
I must be ski-dawdling along. Oh,
Well?
we the same.
Gesundheit. I sure knock off those Spanish words, don't I?
Well, that's one turn down for your party.
I don't care, Rabbit. I don't care if she don't want to come.
Well.
Here comes my girlfriend, Lena Genster. She'll come to my party tonight. She's madly in love with me.
Ah, there you are, you sawed-off Boris Karloff. Standing on street corners, flirting with girls.
I wasn't flirting with any girls, Lena. I'm saving myself for you.
Thanks, Fatso, for saving so much. I've got a bone to pick with you. I put some of that perfume you gave me on my hair.
Wait a minute. I think it has a nice golden tint. What is it, Chanel number 5?
No, Chemtone number 7. Roller and all.
You little worm.
Please, Lena, let's be friends. I'd never desert you. I'd stand by you. I'm as solid as the rock of Gibraltar.
I can believe that. You're sticking out in the Mediterranean.
Look, Lena, don't talk like that. I was just going to ask you to come to my Christmas party tonight.
Are you kidding? I'm going out with Van Johnson tonight.
Oh, Van Johnson. You always talk about Van Johnson. Take away his blonde curly hair, and what do you got left?
I don't know, but you can deliver it to my house in the morning. Goodbye.
Well, there's number 2 that ain't going to come to my party tonight.
Hey, Costello, look. Isn't that Mrs. Niles getting off the streetcar?
Oh, hello, Mr. Abbott. Do you always stand on street corners leaning on a trash can? Oh, that's Costello. I didn't recognize him. He looks like the third day of the lost weekend.
You know, I wish you hadn't said that, Mrs. Niles. I was going to thank you for that beautiful Christmas card I got this morning.
Oh, it really was nothing. It was merely a picture of me smiling.
I know it, but how did you get your teeth to spell out Merry Christmas?
Please. Now, stop that, or Mrs. Niles won't come to your party.
I wouldn't come to his party anyway. I always run around with younger people. It helps me to keep young. Oh, in fact, I dread to think of life at 70.
Why? What happened then?
Goodbye.
Well, it looks like you're not going to have any party. That's the third turn down you've had.
I don't care, Rabbit. Let's go home. I'm going to call up some of my other friends. I'll get somebody to come. Here, come on, let's grab this cab. Cabby, drive us to North Hollywood.
North Hollywood? What's the matter with Glendale?
There's nothing wrong with Glendale. I don't live there.
Oh, Glendale ain't good enough for you, huh? Go on, Costello. Say it. Glendale is a one-horse town.
Glendale ain't a one-horse town.
Oh, then why did I lose my job with the city street department? Go on. Go on, don't stand there. Say it. Tell people I'm not a citizen of Glendale. Go on, say I never even voted.
You voted. You voted. You voted.
3 times, huh? Go on, start a rumor. Tell everybody I got paid when I voted.
Melonhead, you didn't get a cent for voting.
Oh, the $6 they gave me was for a dog license. Oh, now I'm a dog, huh? Tell everybody I'm a dog. Throw me a piece of liver.
I wouldn't throw you my liver.
What's the matter with your liver?
All right, you tell me what's wrong with my liver.
Get a load of this punk. Now, he wants me to go to school for 4 years, study day and night to be a doctor, just so I can tell him what's wrong with his liver.
Melonhead, I don't want you to go to school.
Oh, you want me to be a moron like you? Please, fellows, this is the Christmas season. Remember, peace on earth.
Yeah, Melonhead, why do you have to pick on me like this?
Yes, Melonhead. Haven't you ever heard of the expression, turn the other cheek? Boys, you're right. I feel sorry for everything I said here tonight, and I'd like to turn the other cheek so I can feel the humility. Costello, will you please slap me?
You mean that?
Yes.
You mean... Oh, I slapped you before I should, didn't I?
Let's go like that.
Okay.
Now, slap the other cheek. Here.
Are you kidding?
No.
Yeah.
Thanks, Costello. You know, nobody would ever believe that Melonhead would turn the other cheek. Costello?
Yeah.
Will you please write down on this paper here that I did?
Oh, sure. I, Lou Costello, slapped Melonhead on both cheeks. There you are. I suppose you're going to show this to all your friends.
No. I'm going to show it to my lawyer. I'll sue you for assault. I'll sue you for battery. Get me a lawyer. Get me a judge and a jury. I'll fix you.
Get me out of here!
And now back 25 centuries for the wisdom of Ethan.
Experience is the best teacher.
Yes, experience is the best teacher. When cigarettes were scarce, most smokers took what they could get. One day one brand, another day some other brand. What did that experience teach? Well,
actions speak louder than words.
Yes, actions speak louder than words. The actions of smokers today speak louder than any words about any cigarette. For after more experience with different brands than ever before, more smokers are asking for Camels than ever before.
C-A-M-E-L-S.
Camels are the choice, for experience is the best teacher.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a
Well, Costello, it's 12 midnight. Not a soul has shown up for your party.
I can't understand it.
I don't know.
Nobody showed up for my party at all. I thought my girlfriend Lena would surely show up.
Yes. It's a shame that you aren't going to get to kiss her under the mistletoe.
The what?
The mistletoe. Didn't you ever kiss a girl under the mistletoe?
No, I always kiss him under the nose.
Well, it looks like nobody's going to kiss you tonight.
Yes, Abbott. All my friends have deserted me. I'm just a failure.
Ah, no, you're not, Costello. You're a big success.
No, Abbott, I'm just a complete flop.
No, you're not, Costello. You're a great guy. Now,
no, Abbott, I'm just a sawed-off, little, ugly-looking dope. Well, don't stand there. Argue with me.
Oh, stop this, Costello, please.
I'm going to bed, Abbott. Good night.
Wait a minute. Aren't you going to hang up your stocking?
No. Santa Claus won't even come here.
No, that's wrong, Costello. Santa Claus loves everybody.
He doesn't love me, Abbott. He don't. Santa Claus has never come to my house on Christmas since I was 7 years old. I was a smart aleck little kid in those days, just like some boys and girls are today. I went around saying I didn't believe in Santa Claus. If a kid come up and said he believed in Santa Claus, I used to say, you're nothing but a sissy. There ain't no Santa Claus. That's your father. But now I realize how wrong I was. I want to tell all the little boys and girls what happened to me. Let's all be children again. Let me take you back to Christmas Eve some 20 years ago. I'd been out all day playing with my friends Chowderhead Abbott and Skinny Niles. It was a beautiful Christmas Eve. Snow was falling, and you could see the lights on the Christmas trees and all the houses.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones we used to know.
Louis Costello! Coming, Mother! Louis Costello, stop choking that cat.
I'm not choking it, Ma. I'm trying to get the money out.
Well, there's no money in that cat.
Oh, yes, there is. Last night when Pa was playing poker, I heard him say, everybody put money in a kitty.
Oh, that's not for your father now.
No, that was kind of a sneaky knock. It's probably the Iceman.
Oh, never mind the door. I'll see who it is. You go wash your dirty face.
Oh, Ma, why can't I just go up and cover the dirt with powder like you do?
Merry Christmas, Costello.
Why, it's the little Abbott boy and the Niles boy.
We came over to tell you what Louis did. He came over to my house and asked my mother to bend her head down so he could see her horns.
You snitcher.
Why, Louis Costello, Costello, you naughty boy. Whatever made you think that Mrs. Abbott had horns?
I heard you say that when she got dressed up, she looked like the devil.
Yeah, Nanny, don't. You did either, Miss Costello. Louis said my mother keeps a cat in the icebox.
Why, Mrs. Niles does not keep a cat in her icebox.
Then why does everybody say she's got a frozen puss?
You children stop this arguing, and Louis, you get ready for bed right away. Santa Claus will be coming along any minute now. Good night.
Gee, I can hardly wait till Santa Claus gets here. Gee, listen, Kenny. I hear sleigh bells. Yeah, and I can hear him walking around on the roof. He's getting ready to come down the chimney.
Who built that fire in the fireplace?
I did.
Do you realize that you gave me a hot foot?
That isn't the way I planned it.
Well, I'm sorry I'm late, boys, but I had to stop off at Betty Grable's house.
Why did you have to stop off there, Santa?
After spending a year up there in the cold north, he's got to thaw out someplace.
Quiet, Louie. Gee, Santa Claus, I hope you brung us kids some nice presents, huh?
Oh, yes, I did. I brought some nice presents for you, Buddy Abbott, and you, Kenny Niles. But as for you, Louis Costello, you've been a bad boy. You hear? A bad boy.
Santa Claus, did you have lamb chops for dinner?
I'll take care of you later, Louis. Here, Kenny and Buddy, here are your presents. Now run along home like good little boys.
Gee, thanks, Santa.
That's all right.
Good night, Santa.
Good night. Good night, boys. Good night. Now, Louis Costello, I want to show you all the black marks I've got down here against you in my book. Now, here's a report from your Sunday school teacher. She tells me you put fly paper in all the pews last Sunday. That you put a cat in the pipe organ. That you put Limburger cheese behind all the radiators. And then you put a cap from a Coca-Cola bottle in the collection box and took out 15-cent change. Now, what do you say to that?
I'm a busy little bee, ain't I?
Silence. You haven't heard the worst. I see that a few years ago you flirted with a little girl in school. Is that true?
I'm afraid it is.
And is it true that you gave her your class pin?
What class pin? I was only 2 years old. I gave her the only pin I had.
All right. Let's let the whole thing drop.
That's what happened.
And finally, Louis, the biggest black mark against you is that you've got a book under your mattress.
Yes, sir. Santa Claus, it's only a book about how to make tea the right color.
How to make tea the right color? What's the name of it?
Forever Amber.
Well, I guess that settles it, Louis. I'm afraid there's nothing I can leave you for Christmas.
Nothing? You mean just plain zero?
That's right, Louis. Maybe someday, when you've learned to behave yourself, I may come back again. Well, good night.
Gee, I guess I'm just the kind of a boy my mother don't want me to associate with. Nobody likes me. Even Santa Claus can't stand me. Buddy Abbott and Kenny Niles both got presents, but I didn't get nothing. I'm going to write a letter to my mom and my pop, and then I'm going to run away from here. Dear Mom and Pop, when you read this, I will be thousands of miles away. Don't ever look for me because you're not going to find me. I'm never coming back. Maybe someday when I'm old, about 11 or 12. After I make $1 million, I'll come home and I'll buy a nice new dress, Mom. And I'll give Pop a new pair of overalls. That's what he calls his happy clothes. Please take the fleas out of my flea circus and put them back on the dogs so they won't get homesick. And don't forget to feed my little pet skunk twice a day. There's a clothespin hanging by his cage. I love you, Mom and Pop, but this is the best way out. Your loving son, Louis Costello. Boys and girls, that happened over 20 years ago, and Santa Claus has never come back to see me to this day. Please, kiddies, take a lesson from me and be good boys and girls, so that next Monday night, Christmas Eve, you won't be waiting for Santa Claus that didn't come like I've been waiting for all these years.
Oh, come, Lou. I guess we'd better go to bed.
Hey, look! The Abbott! What? It's Lena and Connie Haynes, and it's Melonhead and Ken Isles. Oh, boy. You all came to my party.
Yes, and I'm here too, Louis.
Santa Claus. You finally came, and you even brought your horse with you.
What horse? It's me.
Pardon me, Mrs. Niles. Gee, I didn't dream that anything like this was going to happen. I thought that nobody cared about me anymore. I was dreaming of a sly Christmas. I thought my friends had passed me by. Why, you know, Costello,
That you're one fellow that we all think
You are loved by both the kids and old folks, though you have whiskers on your jokes.
May your life be merry and bright.
and may all your Christmases be. Help me, Mrs. Niles.
We'll be back for Camel Cigarettes in just a moment. And now this week's salute in the new series of salutes to the men who won the victory.
Tonight we salute the 66th, the Black Panther Division, heroes of L'Alliance Saint-Nazaire and the Army of Occupation. In your honor, men of the Black Panther Division, the makers of camels are sending to other servicemen still overseas 500,000 Camel cigarettes.
Each of the two Camel radio shows thus honors the different units of the Army, Navy, Marines, and Coast Guard, a total of 1 million Camels sent free each week. Camel broadcasts go out to the United States twice a week, are rebroadcast to practically every area in the world where our men are stationed, and to our good neighbors in Central and South America. And now, here are Bud and Lou with the final word.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, Abbott, wait a minute. I don't see that guy here that always yells, no, not that.
You know, here, Costello. I didn't want to spoil the Christmas spirit on your show tonight.
Oh, that's awfully sweet of you.
I also want to thank you for that lovely present you sent me. That's the best game I ever played.
Game? I didn't send you any game. I sent you an autographed picture of myself.
How do you like that? My wife and I sat up all night trying to pin a tail on it.
Good night, folks. A Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yes, Merry Christmas to everybody. And don't forget to buy another Victory Bond at your local theater. Merry Christmas to everybody in Patterson, New Jersey.
Be sure to tune in next week for another great Abbott and Costello show brought to you by Camel Cigarettes. And remember, try Camels in your T-zone. See if they don't suit your taste, your throat, to a T.
Just 4 more days till Christmas. Are there still any blanks on your gift list? If you know a pipe smoker, here's a grand answer. The colorful Christmas tin of Prince Albert tobacco. It holds a full pound, 400 pipefuls of the world's most popular pipe tobacco. The tobacco that's crimp cut for slow, cool burning. The tobacco that's processed to remove bite and sting before it's packed. And you won't have to shop around for that present. You'll find the Christmas tin of Prince Albert most everywhere tobacco is sold. And be sure on Saturday night to tune in the great Prince Albert radio show, Grand Ole Opry, Coast to Coast on NBC.
The Abbott and Costello Show for Camel Cigarettes will be back at this very same time next week. Don't miss it. This is Ken Niles in Hollywood, wishing you all a pleasant good night. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Soap, in cooperation with the United States Air Forces, presents the Bob Hope Show from Berlin, Germany. On Christmas Day, 4,000 miles away from home, thousands of American boys listened to a show that brought them a little bit of home. They were the boys who keep the airlift into Berlin running. The boys who have given up their Christmas to help strengthen the cause of humanity. Because of these men, a child eats who might otherwise go hungry, and the light of freedom burns more brightly in the world. To carry to these Americans overseas something of the fun and spirit of America, Bob Hope and his gang, at the request of the United States Air Forces, flew to Berlin. What you are now about to hear by transcription is the very same show our men enjoyed Christmas Day. The laughter is their laughter. The show was their special show. And now, Lever Brothers Company, makers of Swan Soap, is proud to present Bob Hope.
This is Bob broadcasting from Berlin, Germany for the boys in the Airlift Hope. Telling all you guys I'm here with Swan Soap in Lot. Meet me tonight in Potsdamer Platz. Find out about that, all right. And I want to tell you, I had a nice trip in from America. You know America, that's where if you got a couple of cigarettes, you smoke them. Cigarette butt away today, and it was traded twice before it hit the ground. And once after. I won't say how bad the weather was crossing the Atlantic, but when we got on the plane, they gave us all a small life raft and a copy of Robinson Crusoe. We bought some heavy long underwear in New York. We were doing all right, too, until just before landing, the co-pilot stood up and hollered, "Flat down." Plane with us. He didn't help our morale any. All the way across, he kept saying, "How deep is the ocean?" It was really cold flying over here. I ran out of blankets, so I wrapped myself in newspapers, and the newsprint came off on me. When I landed, the Marshall Plan was all over my chest, and a congressional committee was investigating my back. General Clay was at the airport when I arrived. I ran out and said, "Here I am, General, all ready to go." He said, "Fine, get back on and we'll turn the plane around." I wanted the boys to know I belonged, so I got off the plane singing Lily Marlene. A whack rushed up to me and said, "Oh, Miss Dietrich, you've gone and cut your hair off, didn't you?" But this certainly has been an unusual experience flying into Berlin. It's the first time I was ever in a corridor and didn't have to worry about the house detective. Several Soviet planes started to buzz us, but the first Russian pilot took one look at me and said, "They're okay. Look at the hammerhead and sickle." I want to tell you, though, the good old Air Force hasn't changed. They make you spend an hour getting into a parachute, then fly so low you wouldn't have time to open a parasol. In fact, one pilot flew so low over a farm around here, milk started forming in the wings. Lucky the cow was bow-legged. People over here really know me. Whenever I walk down the streets of Berlin, everybody follows me yelling and cheering. Any of you fellas know what Schweinhund means? You know, a lot of people volunteered to come over here for this trip, this Christmas trip here, and I now have the privilege of introducing one of America's all-time great men of the Air Force. I get a special charge out of presenting General Jimmy Doolittle.
Thank you, Bob. I'll take less than a minute of your time, but as an average American, I want to express the gratitude and appreciation
of 147 million Americans back home, to the soldiers, sailors, and airmen who are accomplishing the airlift. You're doing a magnificent job, not only for Germany and America, but for all humanity. I also want to express the appreciation of all of us to Senator Barkley, to Secretary Symington, and particularly to Bob Hope, Irving Berlin, Jinx Falkenberg, the Rockettes, and all of the generous and talented group who are with them and are spending their Christmas here in order that they may bring home a little closer to you. From Cleveland took a fast plane here to sing Slow Boat to China for you. Mr. Bill Farrell, ladies and gentlemen.
There is no verse to this song, 'cause I don't want to wait a moment too long to say that I'd love to get you on a slow boat to China, all to myself alone. Get you and keep you in my arms evermore. Leave all your lovers weeping on the faraway shore. Way out on the briny where the moon big and shiny, melting your heart of stone. Yes, I'd love to get you on a slow boat to China, all to myself alone. Yes, I wanna get you on a slow boat to China, all to myself alone. On a real slow boat, on a real slow boat, on a slow, slow boat to China.
Right here, I'd like to have you meet a gal who's a new addition to our Swan show this year. The folks back home have really latched onto her. I'm sure you'll agree with them when you meet Miss Irene Ryan.
Mr. Hope, it was wonderful of you to bring me on this trip. You know, I've met some of our boys here, and now I know why the Americans do such a wonderful job on the airlift.
Really? What do you mean?
They're so great on the pickup.
Miss Ryan, isn't that sort of thing for the younger girls?
Oh, I'm not as old as I look. You may not think so, but I'm just arriving in my early 30s.
Arriving at your 30s?
Yes.
Didn't you buck a headwind most of the way? Say, Miss Ryan, how'd you enjoy your trip over here?
Well, we were flying at 10,000 feet, and the altitude...
What are you blushing about?
Well, I don't get kicked off.
Oh, please.
We were flying at 10,000 feet, and the altitude sort of affected me.
Really? Well, altitude never bothered me.
Yes, but were you ever up that high before?
You said it. I once climbed to the top of Crosby's wallet. Trip very much, Miss Ryan, except, of course, the time I got sore at the pilot.
Well, you shouldn't blame him, Mr. Hope. He had to go back and run the ship. He couldn't stay there any longer, rocking you in his arms and rubbing your head with Jergens lotion.
Well, they do it for majors, but please don't give these fellas the impression that I wasn't brave.
Well, it wasn't so hard for you to be brave, Mr. Hope. You were wearing 2 parachutes.
I have to. I'm built that way. And besides, it gives me more safety. In case the first one doesn't open, I pull the string on the other one.
What if that doesn't open?
Well, I've got a helium valve that inflates my shorts. Well, tell me, Miss Bryan, did you enjoy the stopover in Paris?
Oh, yes. I went shopping and I got a complete new outfit. I bought an off-the-shoulder blouse and one of those long skirts that trails over the ground. Then I had my hair done up in spit curls. Then I put on one of those French berets, and they stopped me at the border.
They did, huh?
Yes. The MP shined a light in my face and said, "Who are you?" I told him that I was a girl from the United States and came in with the last shipment. He said, "That's the trouble with those steamship lines. They let things lay around the dock too long."
A young gal now that really preferred to come over and sing and visit with you fellas, and are you lucky? Miss Jane Harvey.
Chestnut roasting in open fire. Jack Frost nipping at you. Moonside showers, sweet and bright choir. And folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a big lamp from mistletoe helps to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna sigh to see his reindeer know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to keep someone to notice. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you.
Fellas, there's a great guy who's kept America humming for years. He entertained the troops during World War I and did an even bigger job in World War II, Mr. Irving Berlin.
Thank you. And Bob, I wish you'd do that introduction over again.
Why, is there something wrong, Irving?
Yes. You know, you've got the name wrong. It's Irving Jones.
Irving Jones?
Yes, I changed it. Anything over here named Berlin, they cut up into sectors. Yeah, but Bob, I'd like to get serious a minute, if I may.
All right.
All of us are deeply indebted to the Air Forces for the job they're doing here on the Berlin Airlift. And by way of showing my appreciation, I've written a special song. Every 3 minutes of every hour, an American plane goes winging to Berlin loaded with the food and fuel which keep 2.5 million people alive. This is a tremendous job, as we know, and it's called Operation Victual. Not long ago, a group we called the Air Corps helped win the war and took a vow. Not long ago, we cheered the fighting Air Corps. Let's see what's happened to them now. Operation Victual We'll soon be on our way with coal and wheat and hay, and everything's okay. Operation Vittles, as in the air we go. We won't forget to blow a kiss to Uncle Joe. We're growing fonder of the wild blue yonder, making a buck, flying a truck. No one here belittles the job that must be won. Although the war was won, we'll be there, earning stripes and bars in our old freight cars till the airlift takes you there. Operation Vittles, we'll be on our way. We're golden in the and everything's okay. Operation Vittles, as in the sky we go. We won't forget to go against the ones who know we're going faster. All the while we're yonder. There'll be little the job that must be done. Although the war was won, we'll there. And trying and hard in our own great cars till the end we'll get
It's a real pleasure to bring you a Hollywood gal who flew here with us so she could be with all you guys on Christmas Day. One of America's leading beauties, Miss Jinx Falkenberg.
Thank you, Bob, and thanks a lot, gang.
Say, you look very nice tonight, Miss Falkenberg.
Oh, thanks, but you don't have to be so formal, Bob. Just call me by my nickname, Jinx. What's your nickname?
Well, I used to have one when I was a kid, but I don't use it anymore. They call me Pickle Nose.
Pickle Nose?
Yeah, I was a cabbage smeller in a sauerkraut factory.
Oh, Bob.
Jinx, it's fun having you here, though. Now, you know, I always listen to your breakfast program with your husband, Tex McCrary, back in the States.
Thank you, Bob. You know, we do the show right from the breakfast table.
Yeah, well, we were going to do a broadcast like that from the mess hall here, but it didn't work out.
Why not?
Well, before they could get started, a chow-on peeled the microphone and ate it for an hour. But I'm sure glad we got a chance to see this Christmas celebration over here.
Oh, I meant to ask you, Bob, do these boys have a real Christmas tree?
No, but they have something just as good to hang a few extra medals on a second lieutenant and plug them in. The Army does treat these fellas royally during holidays.
Oh, different than the rest of the year.
Oh, yes. On Christmas morning, each enlisted man is awakened by a gentle tug on his shoulder, and when he looks up from his bunk, 12 MPs are standing there singing Jingle Bell. After the MPs carry them in piggyback into the mess hall, the cook runs in with a foot gun full of beans and shoots them on the plate so that they spell out happy temporary duty.
These fellows pretty well. Why are they always so anxious to get passes?
Well, it gives them a chance to catch up on their reading. But some of these fellas do go out, Jinx. In fact, I know one GI here who had a date with 3 girls every night, and each one is in a different sector.
Well, listen, if each girl is in a different sector, how can you get around to see all 3?
Well, he's got a Hershey bar with wheels on it. Say, Jinxie girl, let's show the folks back home how the soldiers of 3 sectors make love to a girl.
Well.
And now we take you to Berlin, where an American GI is calling on his sweetheart.
Come in.
Hiya, Beetle. My plane just landed at Temple Hall.
Oh, Robert, it's good to see you. Come into the house and take your hat off.
Okay. To bed a minute.
But do you love me, Reggie?
Of course I do, Governor. You make my blood run hot. which is quite a feat when you consider it's half tea. Yellow Haven's lemon, of course. What do you say, old girl? Shall we be married in a fortnight?
Oh, I prefer a church wedding. Oh, Reggie. Reggie, your proposal has made me very happy.
Good. Now enough of love. Who do you think will win next year's cricket matches?
Oh, please. We're engaged now. Take me in your arms and kiss me.
As you wish. There you are. Stella, did you like it?
Tell me, who do you think will win next year's cricket matches?
Same girl, but this time with a soldier from the Russian sector.
Come in.
How'd you do, Oh, no, that's all. Wrong sector. Good evening. Good evening, Comrade Darling.
Oh, it's you, Ivan. How are you?
Very tired. I've been on KP all day long.
Police?
No, killing peasants. But anyway, I'm fine. I'm also the most handsome, fascinating, gorgeous, irresistible, talented, beautiful man in the Russian sector. Would you like to kiss me?
No.
All right, I'll kiss myself. I do not understand how you can resist me, standing here so close to me. Does it make you weak?
No.
That's funny, it makes me weak. I've come here to ask your hand in marriage, my little Jinkichka.
Marriage? Oh, but do you love me, Ivan?
Well, this morning I sent an application to the Kremlin and also mailed 2 copies to the proper authorities, and tomorrow morning they will notify me.
They will notify you?
Yes, tomorrow they will tell me if I love you. Now, let us celebrate the occasion. I have brought some vodka.
What is vodka?
That's a zombie that belongs to the Communist Party. I have changed my mind. I've decided not to wait to hear from the Kremlin. I have decided that I love you.
But I thought it was you that you loved.
That's all right. I ain't jealous. Come, Bablichka. Marry me.
Oh, wonderful, Ivan. And maybe after a little while there'll be a few little Ivans.
A few? The first year of our marriage, we will have 15 children.
15 children in 1 year? How is that possible?
Don't ask me. It's a new order from Stalin. Oh, thanks for the memory, for saying it was set, for seeing that we met, and giving us a Christmas that we never will forget. We thank you so much, and thanks for the memory, for giving us a view of what you're going through, and putting on a better show than we could ever do. We thank you so much, and thanks to the fighting Air Force that daily took its toll. Now it's a humane Air Force with heart and soul, dropping heat and cold. Oh, thanks for the memory before we say goodnight and take our homeward flight. We wish you all a Christmas that is merry and is white. And we thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, the Berlin Airlift is the biggest thing that's ever happened to post-war aviation. And believe me, spending Christmas with the men who run it is the biggest thing that's ever happened to us. It's a great pleasure, both Wiesbaden last night and here in Berlin with a lot of the men of the ground force. You know, I've been singing Thanks for the Memory for a good many years, but I never expected to sign off a show and go off the air with the memories as thrilling as Christmas at Operation Victuals. Speaking of thanks, I'd really like to spread them around tonight and say thanks to the gang making this Hollywood to Berlin and return jaunt with us. Jinx Falkenberg, Irving Berlin, Jane Harvey, Bill Farrell, Tex McCrary, Irene Ryan, Tony Romano. They're the kind of people who make show business a business with a big, warm heart. And I want to put in a king-size thank you for Larry Gelbart, Cy Rose, Mort Lockman, Al Capstaff, Gene Wagner, Jim Saffer, Charlie Cooley, Jack Wormser, and my friend Jay Scott. They're the writers and directors and secretaries who put the Airlift at the top of their Christmas list. We couldn't have put on a show without them. And above all, our thanks to you men of the Berlin Airlift. It's been wonderful spending Christmas with you, and I only wish the Statue of Liberty could talk. Because she'd take one look at the job you're doing and say, men, you're not only lifting coal, you're lifting men's hearts. You're raising the Iron Curtain, and the torch in my right hand, you're putting it in every heart in Europe. Good night, folks, and here's a little P.S. from the gang in the Berlin Airlift. Happy New Year!
You have been listening to a special broadcast of the Bob Hope Christmas Show from Berlin, Germany. You have heard the show transcribed just as it was presented to the men of our United States Air Forces abroad. This broadcast was brought to you by Swan Soap, the newer, better white floating soap. Swan, better for dishes, better for hands, better for baby, better for bath. Be sure to listen next week when Lever Brothers Company, the makers of Swan, present the Bob Hope Show from Hollywood.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, is my hair fairest of them all?
It is when you use Rave Cream Shampoo. Rave leaves your hair so clean, so soft, so easy to manage. Easy to manage because the pure lanolin in Rave is specially blended with other important ingredients to make hair behave, even on shampoo day. Try Rave Cream Shampoo. R-A-Y-V-E. Rave Cream Shampoo.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
The Reynolds Aluminum Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The Reynolds Metals Company, makers of Reynolds Aluminum, present Fibber McGee and Molly, transcribed with Bill Thompson, Arthur Q. Bryan, Cliff Arquette, Elvia Allman, and me, Harlow Wilcox. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Keith Fowler and directed by Max Hutto, with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. Here's news of interest to every home builder, to all builders everywhere. Your best buy in flashing is aluminum. Reynolds Lifetime Aluminum Flashing. It costs much less than any other rust-proof material. It's easy to use, looks good, and lasts practically forever. You can buy Reynolds Lifetime Aluminum Flashing in rolls or in flat sheets of various sizes, and also in a handy new package you'll want to know about. This package contains 10 stout aluminum sheets, each 18 inches wide and 4 feet long. Perfect for flashing, of course, and a great idea to have around the farm or home or workshop. To make a tabletop, maybe, or a wagon floor, or to put behind the stove or sink. Ask for Reynolds Lifetime Aluminum Flashing at hardware and building supply dealers, or write to Reynolds Metals Company, Louisville 1, Kentucky. The Christmas shopping season is at its peak in Wistful Vista, with hundreds of shoppers in every store. We find 2 of these shoppers returning home now, their hearts full of joy and good cheer, their arms full of bundles and packages, and their feet full of aches and pains. As we join Fibber McGee and Molly.
Oh, I'm glad we're almost home, dearie. I couldn't walk another block.
Me neither. This Christmas shopping is brutal, kiddo. I don't know which is flatter, my feet or my wallet.
Well, we accomplished a lot today.
Yeah.
Although I'm not too sold on that present you bought for Aunt Sarah.
Dear old, rich, tight-fisted Aunt Sarah. Bless her little tiny cast-iron heart. What's the matter with her present?
Well, it just doesn't seem very glamorous. A home bunion kit.
Yeah. Well, I bet she hasn't got one. Besides, it was...
McGee, will you look?
Oh.
Somebody left a package for us.
Yeah, my gosh, right on our porch. All done up in Christmas paper.
I'll bring it in. Oh, it's a big one.
Who's it from, kiddo? Who's it from? Has it got a card on it?
Yes, it says here. It says, Merry Christmas from Wallace.
Oh.
Oh, my goodness, Mr. Wimple.
Yeah. Well, what do you know? Good old Wimp.
I didn't expect this much from Mr. Wimple.
I'll set it on the table, kiddo.
Right. Certainly is a big one.
Yeah. Funny shape, too. I'd sure like to know what it is.
So would I, but it's not right to open presents before Christmas.
No, that's kid stuff. Sure is a whopper, ain't it?
Sort of bulgy. I wonder what makes it bulge that way.
Me too, but we'll find out Christmas Day. That's soon enough.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
We're not the curious type.
No, not us. We'll just stick it in the closet till Christmas.
That's what we'll do.
Yep.
Sure is a big one, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of tall and wide both. I can't figure it out. Well, into the closet it goes.
Until Christmas Day.
Yep.
Then we'll see what it is.
Right. That's when presents ought to be opened.
And not a minute sooner.
Yep.
McGee.
Yeah?
Let's stop kidding ourselves. Open it up.
Right. Yeah, we put up a pretty good fight, though, didn't we, kiddo?
I'm glad we lost.
Yeah.
This is certainly...
Oh, my gosh. Do you see what I see, kiddo?
I'm afraid I do.
Huh.
So that's our gift.
Well, what are we supposed to do with a 3-foot plaster statue of the Statue of Liberty?
It isn't just a statue, McGee. It's a lamp. You see?
Oh.
You screw the light bulb there in Liberty's torch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's got a plug right in the middle of her back there. What do you know about this? Oh, this is just awful.
Pretty bad, all right.
Boy, oh, boy. Why, anybody who turned the Statue of Liberty into a lamp would stick a picture of his dear old white-haired mother on a piece of wood and sell it for a dartboard. Gift or no gift, this thing has got to go.
You're right, McGee. We'll take it back.
You said it. We'll turn it in and get something we really want.
I wouldn't do this as a rule, but there are times.
Well, neither...
Come in.
Hi, daughter. Hi, Johnny. Hello there, kid.
Hello, Mr. Oldtimer.
Hi, old-timer.
What you got there on the table, Johnny? Cupid doll?
No, sort of a Christmas present.
It is, eh?
Yeah.
Well, I've been getting ready for Christmas, too.
Yeah?
Went out to Dugan's Lake and cut myself. Down a tree.
Oh.
Have you got your tree already?
Yep. I done my Christmas chopping early. I ain't done so good with my presents, though.
Yeah?
Can't figure out what to give Bessie.
Oh. You're having trouble with her present, huh?
Yep. Used to be real simple.
Yeah?
I gave her a pearl necklace a long time ago, and every year I've been adding to it.
Oh.
So big now, though, I can't add no more to it this year.
No room for more pearls, eh?
That ain't what I added.
Oh?
I started with one pearl and added more string. So long now, the pearl drags on the ground.
Candy makes a nice gift, Mr. Oldtimer.
Not for Bessie, daughter. She's too sentimental.
Sentimental about candy?
Yep. When I give her candy, she don't eat it. She presses it in a book. She's got the messiest library in town.
Don't you have any other ideas for her?
Well, I did see one thing I liked. A real crazy red turtleneck sweater with go, go, go crocheted across the bosom.
Yeah?
I showed it to Bessie in the store window, and she said, honey, I wouldn't wear that to a dog fight.
Oh, so that's out too, huh?
Nope, I think I'll get it for her anyhow. If there's a dog fight, we just won't go. Go on, kid. Go on.
Billy Mills in the orchestra and Hindustan.
Gosh, will you look at the mob in this store, Molly? Let's exchange this lamp for something we really want and get out of here quick.
All right, but don't drop it.
I won't drop it.
$20 that thing cost. I saw one in the window.
$20. My gosh, was Wimp ever a sucker. Imagine spending $20 on a stupid thing like us. I mean, a stupid thing like this. Hey, what you looking at?
Oh, look. Look at those lovely bath towels. Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah, all wool and about 3 yards wide. Boy, look at the size of them things. Who gets that wet?
Oh, I'd love to have one of those, McGee. They're just $2 apiece. Say, we could exchange that lamp for 10 of these towels.
Oh, well, if you like them, kid, go ahead and get them and let's go on home. I'm not the type guy that he stands in the way of my wife getting something you want that Wimp is paying for.
Wonderful. Come on, here's the exchange desk. Let's turn in the lamp and get a credit slip.
Good. Hey, Bud, you the exchange clerk?
What does the sign on my desk say?
Exchange clerk?
And what does the sign on the wall behind me say?
Exchange clerk?
Well, think it over. Take your time. I'm sure that in less than half an hour you'll say to yourself, that man is the exchange clerk.
Okay, you don't have to make a dad rat of production out of it. I want to turn in this lamp.
Yes, and I'd like
Well, hello, baby. I didn't see you there behind this elderly gentleman.
What do you mean, elderly?
Oh, go play with your statue, Dad. Did anyone ever tell you what gorgeous lips you've got, baby?
Why, not lately, but...
Yeah, they're just as red as that garnet and that ring you're wearing.
That ain't garnet, that's ruby. And besides...
Well, I'm happy to know you, Ruby. What say we do the town tonight?
Now, just a darn minute.
We'll hit the high spots, Ruby. Dinner at the finest cafeteria. Our trays gently touching. Then a triple feature movie. The exotic crunch of buttered popcorn.
Cut that out, Buster. You're talking to my wife.
Your wife?
Yeah, my wife.
Ruby, is this true?
Yes, he's my husband.
Well, I'm sure he doesn't deserve you no matter who he is.
Oh, that's silly.
Well, you're a lucky man, silly.
Huh?
Short for Sylvester, I presume.
Never mind the clatter. Just take this lamp.
And write me on the exchange slip, sir. I want some bath towels.
Well, you look clean to me. But you shall have the towels. Here you are, Ruby, and drop back any time you decide to exchange Sylvester.
McGee, are my lips really so red? I'm not wearing a bit of lipstick.
Yeah, they're red, and so's mine, so's everybody's. Just look around the store, and I'll give you $50 for every pair of green lips you see in the whole town.
You're cute when your eyes flash that way.
Oh, sure.
After all, here we are, miss. I'd like some of those large towels, please.
Yes, madam.
10 of them, please. I have a credit slip.
Hey, hello there, Molly. Hi, pal.
Hello, Mr. Wilcox.
Hi, Junior. You down here picking up some Christmas presents, or are you paying for them?
No, as a matter of fact, pal, I've been up in the toy department auditioning for the part of Santa Claus.
Oh, really? What part of him did you audition for, Mr. Wilcox?
All of him, with the help of 6 pillows.
Oh, you didn't need 6.
I gave the children a big smile, and I said, Merry Christmas, kiddies. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
Must have scared the bajunior out of him.
Well, sir, it was really cute.
Oh, I'll bet.
Yeah, one chubby little chap climbed up in my lap, and he said, Santa Claus, isn't your house awfully cold up at the North Pole?
I suppose you had a clever retort on the top of your tongue?
Oh, sure. I said, not anymore, Sonny. I said, it used to be cold, but now my house is lined with Reynolds aluminum reflective insulation.
Oh, brother.
Yes, sir, I said, that light, bright aluminum foil on craft paper. So easy to tack or staple in place. and ho, 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 what a job it does, I said.
What did the chubby little lap sitter say to that?
Nothing. He just smiled happily and set fire to my beard.
A form of criticism, no doubt.
Well, I beat the fire out with my mittens, and I said, in the wintertime, kiddies, Reynolds insulation keeps your house warmer with less fuel.
Oh?
In summer, it keeps the house up to 15 degrees colder. Ho, 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 I said.
Oh, that again.
Mr. Wilcox, you single-handed have probably set Christmas back 50 years. Oh, thank you, miss. Here's the credit slip.
Well, I tell you, the kids love me.
Yeah?
Yeah, one little fellow about 7 years old climbed up on the chair arm, and he said, Santa Claus, is it really true that Reynolds reflective aluminum insulation is not only lighter and easier to work with than heavy bulk insulation, but aluminum actually means more for your money? Is that true, he said?
Precautious youngster, wasn't he?
Ah, it really is true, Sonny, I boomed. Ever since the Reynolds Metals Company brought competition into the industry to push production up and keep the price down. Ho, 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 I said.
Again.
Well, with that, Cousin Claude smiled.
Cousin Claude?
Yeah, the lad who asked the question.
Oh, I see.
Hey, I owe him $1. I better find him. See you later, kids.
Yeah. Good old San Aluminum.
Well, let's go, dearie. Do you want to carry the towels? It's a pretty big package.
No, you can carry him. That's okay, Tootsie. I'll lead the way on account of because... Hey, wait a minute. Look at all the fancy tools here, Molly. Boy,
Attention, please. Is there a doctor in the house? Please go to the tobacco counter immediately, doctor. A customer can't decide which cigarette to buy.
Ah, my goodness, the problems doctors have to face these days. Oh, McGee, there's Mabel Toops. Hold these towels a minute. I want to talk to her.
Okay.
Mabel, wait a minute.
boy, I'd sure love to have one of these combination hacksaw, scroll saw, and bucksaw outfits. Boy, oh, boy. With the nail punch and the chisel on the end. Look at that. And the hollow handle full of iodine. $20, the tag says. Well, just the iodine alone would save that much in doctor bills, and I can't see why...
Hi, mister.
Oh, my gosh. Hello there, Tina.
Hi.
What are you doing, shopping?
Sure.
Oh?
I'm buying Christmas presents.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. Some hankies for my mama and some hamburger for my daddy to smoke.
Wait a minute. People don't smoke hamburger.
Oh, my daddy does, I betcha.
He does?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he came home one night and said what he wanted to eat was a great big steak.
So?
So Mama said, you'll get hamburger, and you can put that in your pipe and smoke it. I think I'll get him a half a pound.
You will, huh?
Because,
I said you will, huh?
Well, what?
Get him a half a pound.
Of what?
Hamburger.
For what?
To put in his pipe.
I'm smoking, I know it. Gee. I like Christmas.
You on Christmas vacation now, Teeny?
Yeah. I'm having fun down here today, though, I bet.
Yeah?
Some friends of mine have got a job singing Christmas carols, and I'm helping.
No kidding. What do you do for them? Carry their music?
No, I carry the lead. Uh-oh, that's my music. See you later, mister.
Okay, Teeny.
This is the story of a reindeer, a super extraordinary reindeer. He wasn't what a reindeer ought to be, for he had one peculiarity. Go on, Teeny, you tell.
Okay, fellas, I'll tell 'em. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never laughed for Rudolph joining any reindeer games. On one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa Claus lost his way. Then he cried,
Without a guiding light, old Saint Nick won't ride tonight.
Just then along came Rudolph,
Galloping, galloping, galloping through the stormy night.
lighting the way before him with his little nose so bright.
Santa Claus shouted,
Rudolph!
Please guide us on our way. And the reindeer answered,
Rudy.
Come along, we'll let you play. So Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen and Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen away.
Attaboy, Rudolph!
Tote that sleigh, hey, hey, hey. Rudolph Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
Brighter than a neon sign.
There used to be 8 reindeer.
Now there always will be 9.
Don't you worry if you should see stormy weather on Christmas Eve. Santa will find his way to you.
'Cause Rudy's equipped with radar, too.
Oh, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, twinkle, twinkle on your way. Everybody loves that reindeer, 'cause Rudolph saved the day.
For little children.
Yes, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer's here to stay.
That's the end of the story, I betcha.
Now, you sure saw that saw's wrapped up good, did you, sis?
Yes, sir. Here you are, sir.
Thank you.
Mabel Toop said to say hello to you, dearie.
Oh?
Grab the package. Say, that's not my towel.
No, I traded them in, kiddo.
You didn't.
Yeah, for the greatest invention you ever saw. A combination hacksaw, scroll saw, and buck saw with a hollow handle full of iodine. Something I've wanted all my life.
Heavenly days, I never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, me neither, but it's something I've wanted all my life. Well, anyway...
Attention, please. Will a janitor kindly bring a crowbar to the furniture department? Another fat lady is stuck in the love seat.
She's stuck. I had some nice towels, and look what I got stuck for. That's just silly. Oh, hello, Dr. Gamble.
Well, good afternoon, Molly. It's nice to see you. Hiya, Mudhead.
Hello, whale hips.
Doing your Christmas shopping, are you, Doctor?
Well, just looking around, Molly. I thought I might...
Hey, do me a great favor, will you, Fatson? Don't buy me a necktie.
Oh?
I saw your taste in ties, and, brother, it stinks.
Why, McGee?
Yeah.
Look who's talking about taste in ties. The poor man's Lucius Booby. Look at that creepy cravat he's wearing, Molly. Looks like his omelet blew up.
Is that so?
Well, it is pretty horrible.
Yeah, that thing must have been designed by a cross-eyed Russian with a vodka hangover who hand-painted it with his feet. Where did you get that error, Juggy Ears?
From you.
Oh.
For my birthday. And that's why I say don't give me a necktie.
Well, it fits your personality.
Those are the kind of things he wears, Molly. But,
Oh. I think that's a very handsome necktie the doctor has on.
Well, thanks, Molly. It's my favorite. Just an old foulard I've had for years.
A what, Doctor?
An old foulard.
Well, you know what I always say. There's no foulard like an old foulard. My gosh, don't you get it? It's a play on the old proverb. No fool like an old foulard.
You tell him, Doctor.
Ain't funny, McGee.
Yeah, you're both just jealous on account of because you can't think 'em up like that, that's all.
Yes, I'm just envious of your wit.
You betcha.
Well, I got to run along, Molly. I got a date this afternoon with Sad Sam Korshak, the used car millionaire.
Oh, I'd like to be sad like he is.
That guy must be loaded. Every time I look around, he's opening up another used car lot someplace.
Yes, I'm going over for his latest grand opening this afternoon. In fact, I'm taking charge of it.
You opening a used car lot?
No, I'm opening the used car dealer.
Huh?
Mr. Korshak's appendix comes out today. See you later.
Isn't he sweet, dearie?
No, sure. This close to Christmas, everybody's sweet. But you wait till I...
Attention, please. The elevators on the east side stop only at the second and fourth floors between the hours of 3 and 5 and... Oh, no, sorry. I mean the elevators on the west side stop at the third and fifth floors between the hours of 2 and 4. The east side elevators from 6 to 9 will stop on the 7th and 8th floors. The west side of the... Oh, the heck with it. Walk off.
Well, come on, McGee. Hang on to your little furniture wrecker there and let's go home. I just don't know how we're going to explain to Mr. Wimple about that.
Hey, Molly. Looky here. Look at the stuff in this food counter here, will you? Ooh. Look at that. Smoked turkey.
Oh, that's the most delicious. I had a bite once.
Hey, look. I just got a whale of an idea, kiddo.
Tell, Mother, tell me.
I'm going to take this saw back. We've been going at this whole thing all wrong, kiddo.
We have?
You betcha. We've been entirely too sensible about this. That's what we've been entirely too sense. My gosh, Christmas ought to be for fun.
That's right. You're so right.
If somebody gives you something you don't want, you shouldn't ought to trade it for something sensible like towels or tools. You ought to get something extravagant.
Keep talking, wipe your chin, and tell me more.
Something we've always wanted and couldn't afford, like...
A smoked turkey.
That's it. That's it. Go on, buy one. Buy it.
Oh, miss, we'd like to look at some smoked turkeys, please.
Yeah, $20 one, sis. You pick it out, kiddo. I'll run and exchange this silly saucet, and boy, we'll live it up, kiddo.
Now, give me just one more slice, dearie, and we'll put the turkey away.
Good.
I think I'll invite all our friends over tomorrow evening. Mr. Wimple, too.
Now, let me get at that other drumstick off of there before you start sending out the invitations, Tootsie. Boy, this is delicious.
I wonder how the poor people are doing.
This was quite a parlay, you know that? From Wimple's lamp to bath towels to a set of saws to a smoked turkey.
I need to try to exchange this poor thing, dearie.
Yeah.
This bird has suffered.
Yeah. That was the best idea. Somebody at the door. Throw a towel over the turkey. I don't want to give this expensive stuff to this.
Oh, for goodness sakes, Mr. Wimple.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Hello, folks.
Hi, Wimp, old man. Come in, boy. Glad to see you.
Thank you.
Sit down, Mr. Wimple.
Oh, I really can't stay, Mrs. McGee. I just stopped by to make sure you got that box I left on your porch this morning.
Oh, sure, we got it, Wimp. Looks exciting, too. We put it away in the hall closet till Christmas.
Yes. We'll take it out Christmas Day, Mr.
Yeah.
Good. I'll pick it up early Christmas morning.
Huh?
It's my present for Sweetie Face. She always opens her packages the minute I bring them in the house, so I thought I'd leave it here with you and fool her this time.
Yes, you'll certainly fool her all right. Yes.
Sit down, Wimp. Have some smoked turkey, boy. I want to tell you about a funny thing that happened to us today on our front porch.
Fibber and Molly return in a moment. Many of you who roasted your Thanksgiving turkey in Reynolds Wrap will want to repeat that wonderful experience this Christmas. But if you want to change from turkey, remember you can get the same extra benefits by roasting any meat in this pure aluminum foil. It's the perfect way to bake a Christmas ham. You get more flavor because the juices are sealed in. More meat on the table because there's less shrinkage in the oven. No oven watching either. No basting, no fear of burning. Whatever your Christmas menu, make it easy, make it better with Reynolds Wrap. Stock up at your grocer's. Standard 25-foot rolls and jumbo economy rolls, 75 feet. Ask by name for Reynolds Wrap, the original and genuine. Made by the world's largest producer of aluminum foil, the Reynolds Metals Company.
Have some more turkey, Mr. Wimple.
Thank you. It's delicious.
So that's a deal then, Wimp. You always spend $5 on us for Christmas, so you merely take the dough for the next 4 years and buy your wife another lamp with it. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Hand me that drumstick, please. Thank you.
McGee, what are we going to give him for Christmas? Have you bought it?
Bought it? You think I'm going to buy a present for a guy that ain't going to give us anything till 1956? Don't be naive, kiddo. Boy, look at that bird eat.
Good turkey.
Good night.
Good night, all.
The Reynolds Metals Company, pioneers of progress through aluminum, brings you Fibber, McGee, and Molly each week at this time. Reynolds Aluminum also brings you Mr. Peepers, starring Wally Cox, on NBC television Sunday night. See your local paper for time and channel. And don't forget to be with us again next Tuesday night. Good night.
Transcribed. Tonight, play Two for the Money with Herb Schreiner on NBC.
The Bob Hope Show. Transcribed direct from Hollywood with Les Brown and his band of renown. Yours truly, Bill Goodwin. Our special guest, Frank Sinatra. And here he is, Bob Hope. Thank you very much, Bill Goodwin. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I decided to do my Christmas shopping earlier this year. Traffic downtown is murder. I know one guy who has a Hudson, and when he drives in town these days, he doesn't step down into it. He just shoves it in the gear and puts his head in the glove compartment. And what crowds. Everybody's shopping. Jack Benny was shopping, too. Jack had an awful dizzy spell. Dropped a dime in a revolving door, and it took him 5 minutes to find it. I asked Jack Benny what he was buying. He said not very much because he already has 100 gifts at home to distribute among his friends. His Christmas seals have arrived. And, of course, I did my family shopping first, so I asked the clerk what I should get for my boys. She said, I'm sorry, I don't believe I know what boys want. You should have seen her. She didn't. Wouldn't have helped anyway. She didn't have it. But I did get a great buy. Buy on perfume this year. I always give perfume. Last year it was Toujours Moi. The year before it was Toujours Toi. This year I got a lovely scent. It's called Toujours Smog. Don't laugh at these jokes. They may catch on. Ever get the feeling that you're in the wrong business? Now they have some wonderful presents this year. The newest washing machine not only washes and rinses and dries the clothes, it waddles next door and borrows the soap powder. But this year my family's getting gifts from my den that'll help me relax more. Contour chair, a dressing room gown, large can of Ovaltine. They're even changing the calendar on the wall to a hunting scene. But everybody was shopping outside. I saw Jack Dempsey looking around. He thought his shopping was done, but it turned out he didn't get anything. Thought he was going to have another long count. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our guest tonight is Frank Sinatra. But, folks, the story we're going to tell you really began this morning when Frank made a purchase in a Hollywood jewelry store.
These pearl cufflinks will be fine. I think I'll take 12 pairs of them, huh?
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Sinatra. But do you think you'll need 12 pairs?
Yes, they're going to be Christmas presents for the crew on my picture. Very important boys these fellas are, those Grips and that guy behind the camera.
Really?
Yeah, you know it. Last Christmas I slipped up and didn't send them anything, but never again.
Why? What did they do?
I don't know, but for the rest of the picture I look like I was walking around in Sidney Greenstreet's skin.
Mrs. Sinatra, where shall I send these?
Well, let me see. I just got back from the East and I haven't got settled yet. Tell you what, I'm going over to do the Bob Hope radio show. Why don't you send them over to Bob's house?
Right.
See you later, Maurice.
Goodbye, Mrs. Sinatra. Oh, by the way, how did you like the signet ring you bought the last time you were here?
The signet ring? Oh, that worked out great.
It did?
Yeah, holds up my pants fine. So long.
Say, Bob.
Yeah, Bill?
This package just arrived for you.
Oh, fine.
And you know something? It's insured for $800.
You're kidding.
No, that's what it says. Gee, Bob, who'd send you a Christmas present that cost $800? You better unwrap it and find out who it's from.
Well, I can't. It says do not open till Christmas.
Well, yeah, but this could be somebody who needs medical attention right now.
I've got an idea.
Yeah, Bob.
It says on the package it's from Maurice Jewelers. Call them and find out who sent this.
Okay. Now, why would Frank Sinatra send such an expensive gift? Oh, hey, Bob, that present was sent to you by...
Oh, don't tell me, Bill. Let me guess. Is it from somebody that has a slim, graceful figure and soft, wavy hair?
Well, yeah.
A person that everybody looks at walking down the street?
Yeah.
Someone whose voice is low and musical and gives everyone a thrill?
Oh, yeah. And is it someone I'd like to take a trip through the tunnel of love with?
Well, you could, but it'd cause a lot of talk. That package is from Frank Sinatra.
Sinatra? Can't be.
That's what the man told me.
Well, Frank wouldn't send me a wonderful present like this.
Why not?
After all the things I've said about him? That he carries bricks in his pockets to keep from being blown away? And when he makes a picture, they use a string of spaghetti as a stand-in? That he's the only guy in town that can pull his shorts on from either end?
Bob, the gift is from Frank.
Gee, he's giving me an $800 present? What do I have him down on my list for?
Well, let's see. You were going to give him a $2 tie clip, and then you decided a 50-cent pen would be enough.
Well, if Frank is giving me an $800 present, I'm certainly not going to kiss him off with any 50-cent pen. That wouldn't be right.
Oh, of course not, Bob.
Put him back in the list for the $2 tie clip.
Okay, Winthrop.
Down, Liberace's mother. Look at those teeth. I'm only kidding. I'll get Frank a nice gift. I'll get it. Hi, Bob. Frank! We were just talking about you. Come on in. Sit down, Frank. Thanks. Hi, Bill. Hi, Frank. Gee, Frank, it's a real thrill to have you drop in. A thrill? Yeah. Gee, you're looking great. You're looking swell. You know, Frank, you're just tops. Yes, sir, that's the way I feel about you. Well, I didn't know. Should we pick out the ring? What'll you be, the confetti? Say, Frank, I'm sincere about this. I'm proud to have you on the show, boy. You're the greatest performer, greatest personality, greatest singer, greatest talent. Bob. Yeah? It's no use. You still got to pay me. Don't get too many laughs. I can always finish this program with Eddie Fisher, you know. You deserve it. I don't get this, Bob. What's all this big friendship kick all of a sudden? Well, I'm happy, that's all. Why? Well, the way I'm being treated. Till this year, I didn't believe in Santa Claus. You sound like a Republican. You'll understand in a minute. Pardon me while I go in the other room and get a certain package. All right.
Say, when'd you get back from the East, Frank?
Just arrived, Bill. I wanted to be here for the holiday.
Oh, naturally.
How about you, Will? Is the jolly old gent with the big tummy going to be good to you this year?
Oh, sure, Frank. Bob always gives me something.
By the way, what goes on with Robert? He's treating me so great, you think I just shot Red Skelton or one of those other guys.
No, Bob likes you, Frank. As a matter of fact, he's going to spend a chunk of dough on your Christmas present. $400 or $500. Old Happy Hips likes you.
Gee, that's touching. You know, my eyes are getting misty. Yeah? And to think I've been giving him such a brush.
Shh. Here he comes, Frank.
My boy, you're looking great. You know something? I'd never believe that you're as old as you are. You don't know how old I am. It doesn't matter. I'd never believe it. Now, look, I'm leveling with you. Till tonight, I never realized how young and how handsome you are.
Well, Frank, if Bob's so young and handsome, how come there are all those lines in his face?
Those are not lines, Bill. That's right. It's just that I have so much good looks, I have to pleat my face to get it all in. You don't have to flatter me. I know how much you like me. Not many people send me $800 Christmas presents. What? Do you really think you'll see the day when I'll give you an $800 Christmas present? Oh, I think so. You better start taking vitamins, kid. You got a long time to live. Well, why deny it, Frank? Here's the package right here. Let me see that. Oh, Bob, this isn't for you. This contains the presents for the crew in my picture. I just had Maurice send them over here. Oh. Just a minute, Dad. You weren't being so nice to me just because you thought I was going to give you an expensive present, were you?
Heck, no, I was sure of it.
But you still mean what you said, don't you? I mean, about my being such a nice-looking guy and all that jazz. And... Of course, Frank.
You're fine. You look great. You're in great shape. That is for a human hat rack. Well, Bob, I meant what I said, too. You do look young. As young as any of those guys. Jack Benny, George Jessel. You know something, Frank? What's that, Bob? It's great to be back to normal again. Sure is. And here is Frank singing South of the Border. South of the border, down Mexico way. That's where I fell in love when the stars above came out to play. Now as I wander, my thoughts ever stray. South of the border, down Mexico way. She was a picture in that old Spanish lace. Just for a tender while, I kissed the smile upon her face. 'Cause it was fiesta, and we were so gay. South of the border, Mexico way. Then she sighed as she whispered mañana, never dreaming that we were parting. And I lied as I whispered mañana, 'cause our tomorrow, it never came. South of the border, I jumped back one day. There in the vale, white by the candlelight, she knelt to pray. Mission bells told me she must not stay. South of the border, Mexico way. Mission bells told me, ding dong, I must not stay south of that border, down Mexico way. Very nice, Frank. Say, Frank. Yes, Robert. Do you recall a little experience we shared years ago during the holiday season? If you are referring to the outstanding fiasco of my career, I certainly do remember it, old man. Pretty grim, wasn't it? It should have happened to Como. Would you mind if we tell the folks about it now that the audience is dying of curiosity? Oh, is that what they're dying of? One of these days. Yeah. Down, Maggio. He should talk. He looks like eternity got here before he did. Well, anyway, here we go, folks. A Yuletide incident in the lives of Sinatra and Hope. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we take you back 17 years. It is 1936, the last year of the Big Depression, and everyone is struggling to get along. A certain young man is trying to get a job in a Cleveland department store. Well, young fellow, what can I do for you? Oh, your ad in the paper says you want extra clerks for the Christmas rush? I thought you'd give me a job because I'm a Cleveland boy, and you know my family. You knew my father before me and his father before him.
All right, Hope, I'll hire you on one condition.
What's that?
Like you say, I know your family. Stay away from the cash register.
Yes, sir.
You can start tomorrow morning in the haberdashery department.
Thank you, sir. And Dad will be happy when he hears about it, too. I'll tell him next visiting day.
I want a present for my husband. Are you the clerk in charge of this counter?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, tell me, do you have nice, warm woolen socks that go almost up to the knees?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, I really don't need them. I have very hairy legs.
Idea. I've a good mind to tell the manager about this.
He already knows it. We dress in the same locker. We're on the bowling team. Say, you want to watch out for me. I'm going to be a vaudeville comedian, and I got a lot of fast lines.
Well, never mind the socks. I think I'll buy myself a pair of slippers.
Right over here, ma'am. We have a complete line. Carpet slippers, bedroom slippers, moccasins, galoshes, and hip boots. The hip boots are wonderful to slip on when you're going to feed the pigs.
As though I have a herd of pigs to feed?
I don't know. How big is your family?
Why, you impertinent young whippersnapper. Floor walker!
Yes. What's the trouble, lady?
This clerk insulted me. He said my family are pigs.
Well, if it ain't Nellie the shoplifter. Beat it, honey. Go on down to the silverware section and put the snatch in some of the sterling.
I'll go. But you tell Beaglebeak here, be more polite to us shoplifters. We got a union, you know.
Thanks for getting me out of that jam. Are you a new floor walker? The dew is still wet on my carnation. I haven't even got my striped pants yet. What are those you're wearing? I drew some ink lines on my long underwear. But it's a little embarrassing, you know, when I go up to the front of the store. Yeah, and it must be bargain basement. Well, I better get back to work. Not so fast. I got a bone to pick with you. Who is it, you? What's wrong? Now, look, while you're working on my section, Sonny, no more calling the customers pigs, you understand? I was just making a joke. You see, I'm trying to get in the show business. No. Well, shake, Buster. You mean you want to get in show business, too? Yeah, I want to sing. I eat singing, sleep singing, think singing. I want to be a singer in the worst way. Maybe Bing will give you lessons. I got to do one of the numbers on the store loudspeaker. I wait. Yeah, all right. Merry Christmas, everybody. Customers, this is Singing Frankie again. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Go up to the second floor, there's a girdle sale today. Hey, let me help you sell those girdles, will you? Back it right in here. Oh, pick your size, pay no cash, put it on your tab. Have a happy holiday while we hold in your flag. Hey, you know something, Carl? You know, we're not too bad. Yeah, if you were prettier, we could do the paper-made pen song. Hey, Frank, tonight's Christmas Eve. What do you say? After work, we live it up a little. Live it up? Yeah, I got us a date with a couple of creeps. How about it? You want to waltz the light with a couple of fantastics? You mean you got us a date with two dames? Well, reasonably accurate facsimiles. They work in the furniture department, and their upholstery's kind of loose. Well, come on. I told the girls to wait for us in the restaurant in the corner. Let's go. I'm going.
Say Esperanza. What is it, Copina?
Oh, those boys ought to be here by now. What department of the store did you say they work in?
The haberdashery department. Why?
Oh, I'm just getting nervous, that's all. Once I had a blind date with a fellow from the floor covering section, and when he saw what I look like, he wrapped me in a tube of linoleum.
Well, be so fellas won't be like that.
What sort of guys are they?
Well, they'll think we're pretty.
Oh, stoops. Hey, here comes one fellow in the door now.
There's two fellas.
Oh, yeah. For a minute, it looked like one fellow with a toothpick.
Well, here we are.
Oh, hello,
boys.
Hello, girls. You mean, these are them? This is it. You said we had a date with a couple of chicks. So? Chicks, not buzzers. Take it easy, Frank. They may not look like much, but they grow on you. They do, eh? Yeah, I've only known them 5 minutes, and already I'm sick.
Sit down, boys.
Okay.
Oh, you sit right here beside me, honey. You're cute.
Thanks, Grandma.
Now, I'm not so old. I'm just pressing 30.
You're pressing 30. In what, your memory book? It's Christmas Eve. Why don't we make a party out of this? Let's live it up a little.
Oh, wonderful.
Although in your case, it may be a little late.
Say, you guys are pretty snooty for store clerks.
Oh, we're not just store clerks. Heavens, no. We're in show business. We're going to be big stars. We're going to live on Fifth Avenue in the best penthouse. You bet. The Waldorf Astoria in a beautiful suite, and in Beverly Hills in a ritzy mansion.
Where are you staying now?
In an alley under a loose manhole cover.
Well, look, if you're such big wheels, let's have some food. Say, waiter, we'll have filet mignons, mushroom, and pheasant on the glisse.
Oh, no.
And lobster thermidor, caviar, and champagne.
Oh, bye. Ouch. Oops.
What are you groaning about? You said you were big wheels.
Yeah, but we're a little short of axle grease. Well, we've all had a fine dinner. I wonder how much the bill is.
$46.60. And you better have the dough to pay for it.
Listen, Herm, you're talking to a couple of guys that are going to be famous someday. Just leave the tab, my good man, and we'll pay you the next time we're passing through on our way to Hollywood. Yeah, we'll be shuttling back and forth all the time between Lana and Tallulah.
You work it out right now, waiting on tables.
Us? Waiters? Why, my friend here is going to be a great singer.
Then you can be singing waiters.
Yeah.
Now, do you start working, or do I call a cop and clap you both in jail?
Well, what do you say, pal? Jingle bells, try our steaks today. Just $1.98, that's not too much to pay. T-bone round porterhouse, we've got 'em by the dozen. They are really famous for they once were Trigger's cousins. Good evening, friends. Thanks for the memory. I want to thank Frank Sinatra for coming out and doing a fine show tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.